guys, real sport, Bar TV.
Welcome everybody to the NDCA T20 Twilight competition here at Number One Sports Ground in Newcastle. It's an absolutely cracking day here. We've got Wallsend versus Toronto, two of the western suburbs cricket sides in this Newcastle competition. With me today, we've got the boundary rider up in the commentary box. Pete Jolly is joining me for a little bit up here. Peter, how are you?
Very good, Gareth. How are you today? Perfect spot up here in the commentary box. Not a cloud in the sky, so we should be in for a bumper Friday night cricket here on Bar TV.
I'll tell you what, now Toronto has won the toss and elected to bat. We were out there before earlier on, weren't we? And the pitch, a little bit green. They're using the middle pitch today. They've been using the outer pitch here at Number One Sports Ground. So a little bit green, a little bit new, a little bit fresh, this pitch, Peter.
Yeah, so, there might be a bit of movement early on. Yeah, we were out there a few moments ago just walking over the pitch, seeing if we can spot any large cracks, but it looks in perfect nick, Gareth, and, kudos to the curator here at the Number One Sports Ground. He's got it in perfect nick, and we should see, if all goes to plan, a fairly high scorecard come the 20th over.
Yes, and Dewey Jones will be opening the bowling here for this Wallsend side with Hudson from the Toronto opening the batsman along with Johnson out here today. Both sides, both players in a bit of form. Obviously the Wallsend side switching captains over the break as well. Young Jacob Montgomery taking over that, and they've certainly been travelling a lot better than what they were before the break, Peter.
Okay, so Montgomery's the new captain. Be fantastic to see how he leads the boys around. And these new we're in the process of getting new side screens here before the Sheffield Shield rocks into town in a few weeks' time. So just talking about the wind, still pretty bit blowy, top of around 28 degrees here in Newcastle right now. We're just seeing the players just going down to the market end of the oval to just move that side screen just a bit to the batsman's left-hand side, as you can see there on the screen, thanks to our pictures this afternoon from the best online streaming cameraman in the business, Sharden Waite. Does everything Sharden, and of course we're going to be underway. So what do you think will be the game plan here, Gareth? We just go hammer and tong, set a good convincing lead. That's what we love here.
We like to see that at Bar TV Sports, and of course, yesterday, King hitting that 124 off 55
what a knot.
Balls not out. That was amazing, and a little piece of Newcastle District 2020 cricket history there. If you're listening in at home, or at work at the end of the office day, come into Number One Sports Ground. Where they're selling beers at the canteen and sausages, and as we now come to the first ball of the innings, we get set for what's going to be a cracking match of cricket, and he just parries that away, goes for a quick single, and that's good. Good sharp running there, putting pressure on the field, Peter, and I think we've seen over the last 4 games we've covered, or the last 3 games we've covered, that's what they really need to do, is put pressure on the field and try and get this run rate ticking over.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's, as you just said then, exactly what we just seen there. Little ball into the gap, good thinking, but good communication as well between batsmen. They knew each other's game there, scurry through for the first runs of this Friday night cricket here on Bar TV.
Yes, and obviously an advantage batting first here. It's always harder to chase the run score down in this T20 format. Oh, he's put a slower ball in, but he's whipped that through. He's picked, and it's going to run all the way to the boundary for the first 4 of the match, Peter.
Oh, what an over for Wallsend. Quick single and 4. So we've seen 5 runs off the first over. So if they keep this up, we could well be seeing a fantastic total come 20.
Yeah, just getting that past the mid-on there, all the way to the boundary in what was a good shot. And hopefully what this match is going to produce, plenty of fours and plenty of stuff over the top, Peter.
That's T20. Of course, there's another one-day international, the first between Australia and England at the Sydney Cricket Ground going on as this match goes to air tonight on Bar TV. And coming to the ground, I think this game's off to a better start than that one at the SCG. England were 3 wickets down for around 2 when I came down here a few hours ago. So this game is off to a fantastic start. As you can see there on your Bar TV graphic, Wallsend, 6 runs, and they haven't lost a wicket. So they're going better than England at the moment.
Yes, and Jones, he's bowling probably not full enough at the moment, I think, Peter. He needs to pitch it up a little bit and get the batsman thinking a little bit more about his shots. And he's just parried that away, and, oh, good fielding there. Looking for the quick run out, good running, good cricket all round, Peter.
Yeah, it has, and, you know, since this competition has started a week ago today, that was our first game, first match, first fixture on Bar TV, and we're into match 4 of this T20 Summer Series cricket. And as Gareth mentioned, if you're not able to get down here, you're on the right live streaming company, that is for sure, Bar TV. But if you're in the area, come on down. Beautiful afternoon. The canteen's full of hot chips and sausages. Ironically, yesterday, Gareth, I was having a chat to the canteen supervisor. He ran out of everything. Water, hot dogs. He didn't anticipate that crowd that was here last night. So that just goes to show the success that this could come down the track.
Yeah, definitely. And the bowler there just putting that a little bit shorter, which is, it was a good ball, had good carry, so plenty of bounce in the pitch at the moment. But definitely playing with a third man and a fine leg as well, a couple of slips.
That's the first wide of the afternoon as well.
Yes, we've seen the wides, you know, costing them obviously 2 runs here, so they're none for 8. And obviously another ball to bowl. So I think we haven't seen too many no balls, and that lasso action by these umpires just getting us into it with the free shot. Rule in place here for this T20 comp, and he's dabbed that nicely there to what is probably a forward point.
And that's the end of the first over. A good one for Wallsend. 8 runs off it, none for 8. So they keep that up. That is the order of the afternoon. You see, there we go. You don't see this often. The batter there just saying, come back here, umpire. I need my sunglasses. You're not taking them.
The batter or the bowler?
Was it the bowler? The bowler, I think it was the bowler. That is
the bowler
for sure.
Or the batter. It
They're
doesn't
all out
matter.
there. No.
Pitter patter. As we go now to the second over of the match in this Twilight T20 competition. We're going to have Ben Neves here coming to bowl. Currently getting his mark. Coming bat and 8 runs off the first over. They'd be pretty happy with that start there, Peter. I think, you know, a score in the vicinity of between 140 and 150 is probably what these batsmen should be aiming for. We saw 200 yesterday, but I mean, that was just an exciting piece of batting by the top 3 there for the West side.
Yeah, that was a privilege to watch that. Superb batting, superb stroke display out here, you know, and that will be very hard to top, but you never know. There's no excuse. Perfect conditions above and on the pitch. Still a bit green, but as you could see yesterday, that didn't stop them from going on Western Suburbs to knock up a score over 200. We're just seeing the side screen currently just being moved into position down here at the Union end of the ground, or the oval, as we like to call it, number 1 sports ground, I guess.
Junction end.
The junction end. The netball end court.
The
commentary end either.
Oh, yes, that's where
the Gareth
seated,
Wozniak stand end of the field.
We're seated high up in the clubhouse here, and it's a brilliant vantage point for us to watch this video. And he's whipped that over the top there, and it's pulled up in the grass there. A bit of backspin on that, maybe. A golf shot, Peter. Yeah,
well, off the bat, you know, you could have put all your money on it that was going to travel to the boundary for 4. But, yeah, just stopped in its tracks, and they scurry through for 2 runs, I find.
Yeah, just hitting it over the cover region as well. It's I mean, it probably looked like it was going to go all the way to the boundary, but just holding up in that turf there. As you mentioned, I spoke earlier yesterday to the curator, and he mentioned that he'd given the grass a bit of a trimming because of the underage games that are being played here as well. Yeah. So
might have hit a sprinkler.
Yeah, it may have hit something a little bit longer. He may have missed that pit there, Peter. Yeah, that's a better length there. Keeping it a little bit fuller. Ball doesn't look like it's doing too much, though. It looks like it's straight up and down seam work at the moment.
Exactly as we're into our second over there. Yeah, well, he was in two minds there. I thought for a moment he might have had a wild shot at it, but common sense prevailed, and he thought, no, just wide. So he was able to see that go through to the keeper.
I'd love to see a few more wild shots, though. Oh, they've gone up. It's going to be close, but no. Probably going down leg side there, I think, Peter. Probably a little bit of movement off the seam for that one.
Well, just goes to show, Wallsend, they're going to have a dig early on. You know, he was going to whip that, hopefully, to his right down there to the boundary. Just couldn't quite get the ball onto the bat. Big appeal. They were confident, Toronto. But the umpire thought, no, might have been, as Gareth mentioned there, just maybe a bit too high going over the stumps. That's
he's
better.
hit that straight down the ground. It's probably going to go all the way for a 4. Yes, it is. It's going to trickle over that boundary line, which is 10 metres in from the actual fence, but it's 4 nonetheless, and that's a good start there. It's none for 15 in the second over. These guys are off to a bit of a fly, Peter.
Oh, it's a brilliant start for Wallsend. Yeah, just touching on the outfield. I mean, looking at it from the naked eye, it looks like it's perfect, but as you mentioned, Gareth, once it gets out here close to the boundary, the ball, well, it's just slowing up a bit. So maybe that's where the sprinklers are, and the field might be a little bit sluggish. Let's see how far this ball will travel. Nice whip shot over the top. They're coming back for the second, and they do so nicely. So the scoreboard now goes up to 15, plus another 2 onto that. 17 in the second over.
Yeah, the mid-on probably standing a little bit deeper than I would like, Peter. I think maybe a little bit more attacking. Move some fielders in a little bit closer and put some pressure on these guys. They're looking to hit it over the top, so good opportunity in the first 6 overs to get some catches in close, I think. Oh, he's timed that really well, but they've got the third man coming around to grab that and whip that one in over the barrels. That's pretty good fielding there by the Toronto side.
And that's over.
Yeah, speaking to Weeks before the game, who is one of the veterans of this Toronto side, Peter, he said that the ground is actually pretty spongy underfoot and probably more suited to maybe a game of rugby or rugby league or in fact AFL that gets played here at number 1 as well. Yeah, so the outfield may be deceptively quick, deceptively slow. Yeah,
you're spot on there. And I guess that's why they're early on trying to bash it over the top to clear the fielders who are in pretty close to the wicket area. So this is Friday night cricket. Fairly rare. Loving the concept of Friday night cricket. The crowd, well, it will swell. Not too many in here at the moment. But we were here last Friday night for our first match, and up around the 6 o'clock mark. That's when the cars sort of rolled through, didn't they? And
yes, of course. And
so I'd say that would happen again here tonight, because the word's out and everyone is certainly getting behind it, which is great to see for local cricket.
Yeah, the Toronto side batting first, as we mentioned. At the top of the broadcast here, they won the toss and elected to bat. None for 18. I don't believe what my eyes are seeing here.
Pretty much like yesterday. Yeah. Similar run rate to yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, the Wallsend side will probably want to look to strike with the first wicket sooner. He's hit that in the air, and that is out, and that's a bit of a poor shot selection there. Probably would have liked to see him maybe pushed it around in the first few balls this over, and that's gone straight down the throat of the fielder there, standing there at mid-on.
Yeah, well, we'll see it coming up shortly on the Bar TV replay. I think his intention was there to whack it over the top. Just couldn't quite get enough meat off the middle of the bat, and the ball was an absolute sitter there for the fielder. So that's the first wicket falling for Toronto. Their opening batsman goes back to the pavilion.
And just as I said it, they got a wicket, so no such thing as a commentator's curse, Peter.
Could be a bit of
As we go to the
Nostradamus in there.
replay.
Here's the replay.
Nostradamus, all right, and yeah, easy as you like, just taking the catch there off the bowling of Jones for his first wicket. It's 1 for 18, as you mentioned here, for Bar TV.
And as you can see there on your screen, the 24 coming out, of course, that is Nikolai,
Nikolai, mate.
Yeah.
Nikolai, the Russian assassin, I think they call him.
Russian assassin.
Yes.
What's the story behind that?
Well, you never used to watch the wrestling in your youth. Nikolai Volkov,
That's how he got it.
Soviet, one of Hulk Hogan's arch enemies, the Cossack. Well, this is Nikolai coming into bat, and there's pretty big raps on him. And speaking to Joey Price before the match, he's expecting a big score and for him to stick around.
Well, hopefully this won't have an impact on the run rate, because what we've seen in the last 3 overs has been what the fans love to see in T20 cricket. Let's see if they can come up with a few big ones over the top and get this run rate up to a competitive total. He's having a good look around there. So he's looking out towards...
He's looking all over the place, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
just trying
there's
to-
gaps out there. They've actually got the fielders out. He is standing at a long on, and
Well, there's only 3 men out in the deep. A lot of the field...
2 men,
Two
Peter.
men, yeah.
it's the power play. So obviously there's only 2 men allowed outside the circle here. So a couple of slips, a backward point. Oh, he's got a bit of an edge on that, and that's straight to second slip. He's probably standing more at a third slip, I think, from here.
And the slips are positioned a little bit wider, I guess, than you usually see in the slip cordon. So there are runs if you can find that gap in between the slips.
Yeah,
Let's see what he can do here.
enough, they've got a deep extra cover,
That's better.
and he's hit that down the ground, but the fielder there at long off, he's going to come around and cut that one off. So good placement there by the young Wallsend captain, young Jacob Montgomery, who's playing pretty attacking at the moment. As those fielders come in now and they move a couple back, but
Just putting the bat into the pitch there, maybe just trying to flatten a spot which may have appeared to be a little bit bumpy there for the batsman, but he's having a good look behind him, isn't he? He's trying to eye off the gaps, because he's here to play rock and roll T20 here this afternoon, and he wants to entertain everybody. Tuning in live on the Newcastle Herald website, courtesy of Bar TV. Stay down low,
good
that.
ball there. Good ball there. But good running as well. I mean, they're looking to turn over this strike and get the quick singles, and Nikolai back on strike now.
Yeah, leg by.
He has called the leg by on that one, but they all count, Peter, at the end of the day, and I think you'll find that these last couple of balls of this third over, they'll look to maybe hit over the top. Good coverage there, though, on the onside. Oh, he's hit that.
This could be
Oh,
close if he
this will be
hits.
Close, and no.
Must have been a whisker in that.
A cat's whisker, Peter.
That would be it. A cat's whisker. It wouldn't be a big whisker from a cat. I'd say it'd be a young cat's whisker.
A kitten.
A kitten's whisker. That would be more like it. That is for sure. So they scamper through. That's the end of that over. So 21 on the board for the loss.
So, Peter, tell
of
me,
one. Yeah.
how's it been down amongst the crowd in your last couple of games? Has it been exciting, enthralling? What's everyone saying about this Twilight T20 competition?
Oh, everyone's just happy to be here and playing at the best venue in Newcastle for cricket. And yeah, they love it. They're hoping that it will be around for a long, long time into the future. And by what we're seeing, Gareth, that it will, it definitely will be. Let's just hope that it's going to be a competitive match today. Like the match 2 days ago ended at around 6:30. So the spectators didn't quite get good value for their cash, mind you. It's free to come in here to the #1 sports ground.
Yes, and Jacob Montgomery now coming on to bowl. He's put himself on, made the first change into the fourth over, and they'll take a single out of that. And again, Montgomery showing that He's placing his field quite well here.
You've been here for every match, every fixture, Gareth. You've had the best seat in the house. How would you see it? Something that will definitely develop?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely been exciting cricket. I mean, we had the low score game on Wednesday, but still, it was enthralling stuff, the run chase, and that's been hooked around the corner, and that's going to be 4 all the way. And that's a good shot there, just leaning back on the back foot and caressing it all the way to the boundary there, Peter.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Just pulled it away, and there's a man out there in the deep, but he wasn't going to get to it. Just straight off the middle of the bat, and 4 runs. So the total now 26 for the loss of 1.
Oh, that's a good ball there by Montgomery, the comeback ball, and good field placement though. I mean, he has got that deep backward square leg out there, Peter, and looking like that he knows the game here of young Nikolai and Hudson, and looking to maybe tempt him into one of those big shots and get a catching wicket out on the boundary there. Definitely knows his own games, young Jacob Montgomery, and plenty of raps on him too, of course, just taking over the captaincy. Dan McGovern also playing in the side, was the ex-captain, so I think he just wanted to relinquish the captaincy more than anything and concentrate on his own game of cricket, which is flourishing after Montgomery's taken up the big C next to his name. Oh, he's gone for that one, and he's taken a dive, missed that, and it should go all the way to the boundary for 4. Brilliant cut shot there. It might pull up.
Well, again, the outfield fairly slow off the bat.
He did get a hand to it though, Peter,
He did,
and would
yeah.
have slowed the ball down. He hit that like an absolute rocket. And I mean, the only thing better was if he had found the gap.
Exactly.
The way he hit that.
Well, this is the start that they would have expected for, and so far, Toronto's captain would be impressed with what his young chargers out here are giving him.
Nice shot there, but fielder there in coverage, coming across, restricting them to only a single. 1 for 29. I think both sides will be happy with the start this match has presented here. Not too much going on. A little bit of an arm wrestle, one might say, Peter.
Yeah, everyone just customising to the conditions as well. And we're just looking at our weather wall here, Gareth. It's still 28, hovering around 28.5 degrees, which is in the shade. So you'd expect them around, play a comfort up around 30, 31 degrees out in the middle.
Well, I'm looking at the trees, Peter, and they're blowing in the wind, so...
And the monkeys are not falling out.
That's right. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind as we come now for the 5th over. And yeah, nice little single there.
Yeah.
That'll be a single all day, but
Man,
I guess there's not much hope of restricting those cheeky little singles there as he signals leg byes.
And for our viewers yesterday, they know by now that you had a bit of a celebration going last night. It was your big birthday yesterday.
It was. I'm still going.
I was going to say, much sleep last night?
Not at all. If the house is a rocking, don't come a knocking, Peter. I think that's what they say. Ask no questions, tell no lies, mate. That's what I said when I got home at 4 in the morning. From the Kent.
I won't ask. Just outside the bat, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of movement off the seam there. He's bowled pretty tight actually in this format of the game, so looking to maybe tempt him into a driving shot to get that outside edge.
Did I just hear you say you were out punting with the Kent cricket boys last night?
I wish, but if they are listening in, don't forget to tweet us at Kent there at Bar TV Sports, or if you're listening in all around the country, all around New South Wales, we're at Bar TV Sports or hashtag Bar TV Sports. I think this game is hashtag Tor v Wall, WAL. So if you want to get involved in our coverage, feel free to tweet us in and let us know your thoughts on the game, what these guys should be doing, And maybe a bit of a... Oh, that's a nice shot over the top there, just hitting it over the field. But not getting enough bat on it. And yeah, just equal to the task there at mid-off.
Well, they're chancing their luck. And so far, their luck has paid off. There's been opportunities, though, for Wallsend. It's been close, but not close enough for them to take the catches. And that one, as you just witnessed there on the screen, just over the top. Let's see where they can knock this one into. Nearly into the stumps.
Yeah, he's just moved the fielder back there down to what is a long on position. He's got another field out square on the boundary.
And of course, your regular sidekick, Murray, if you're listening.
Yeah, Murray, definitely. If you want to get involved in the Twitter action, I know you're in an air-conditioned pub at the moment, enjoying a couple of schooners, and no doubt the publican would want to get Bar TV on there, so let him know that you're part of the action now, Murray. I'm sure you're listening in on your smartphone and counting away. He's a good numbers man now, Murray.
He can add up to 10. More than myself, that's for sure.
He can add up to 10 times.
Really?
Yeah, it equals 100. He told me yesterday.
Wow, I'll remember that. So if I had 10 $10 notes, I'd have $100.
I think so. And the score, actually, if you're listening in the one-day match, the fixture, England is 7 for 175 after 42 overs. So struggling to bat out the full 50 there, the English side. It was a pretty impressive effort early on. I think they were about 3 for none there for a while there, weren't they, Peter?
Yeah, it was fairly dismal.
3 for not many anyway.
And that was in the first over at the SCG.
Of course, we weren't watching that, getting ready for...
Doing a bit of preparation, a bit of research before we...
Production notes.
Yeah, walk down here to the #1 sports ground. And of course, what a summer it's going to be. Of course, the massive World Cup starting in February as well.
Oh, he's had a shot at that. He's got a bit of bat on it, has he? He's walked. He hasn't even waited for the umpire, Peter.
Well, what a catch there by the wicket keeper. It was a hard one too. He had to go to his right-hand side, but as all good wicket keepers do, takes it easily in the end. That's the second wicket gone for Toronto. 35 on the board.
Yeah, good diving catch there by Staff, the young wicket keeper, and he's stretched all the way out there, and he's taken what can only be described as a screamer. We've seen some screamers.
Well, when we show the replay, just see how far to his right he had to go, or extend the right arm, that's for sure. Just keep an eye on the wicketkeeper coming into screen right now. Look at that. Beautiful catch.
That's a great catch in any game of cricket, anywhere in the world, Peter.
Classic catch. If we had a competition, Gareth, put that in there.
Competition?
Well, that's the best catch of the summer.
Let's get our viewers at home.
Text in. Well, maybe not text in because we haven't quite got onto that yet, but we can tweet in.
At Bar TV Sports if you think that is the catch of this T20 coverage that we've been covering.
Do you think we should just make it like a hashtag classic catch sort of thing like that?
Hashtag classic catch,
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
All
at
right.
Bar TV Sports. Tell everyone to tune in to this exciting action here at #1 Sports Ground. Of course, we'll take an opportunity now to thank our sponsors for the NDCA competition here. It's Commonwealth Bank, Newcastle Herald, which is streaming live, as you mentioned, Fairfax, Kingsgrove Sports, Jody Whitehead doing a knock-up job in there, and South Newcastle as well. So plenty of good sponsors on board for this T20 competition, Peter.
So Wallsend just trying to stop the early onslaught off the bat from Toronto, just trying to get the strike rate down a bit.
Yeah, I think that wicket's going to pull things up as Joey Price now comes into bat, and he's mistimed that shot, just getting his eye in. Joey Price, the captain, of course, one of the Newcastle rep players as well, can play this format of the game. I think we both seen a bit of him in action in that Kingsgrove Cup down in Sydney, Peter.
Before Christmas, yeah.
St George game.
We were out at Hurstville Oval, and you were out at Randwick.
At the Cottage Green, I think they call it, down in
Village
Randwick,
Green.
Village Green.
Yeah.
University of
Wasn't very
Sydney.
green though.
It wasn't too green at all.
It was fairly grey. Not like the number one sports ground, that's
I'll
for
tell
sure.
you what, it's absolutely picturesque. And I mean, if you're at home and thinking about doing something, I mean, you can't go to the beach at the moment, so you may as well come to number one. It's free,
Yeah.
just like the beach.
Have you spotted Jaws? Where is he? Can you give us a shark update?
Oh, Peter, I'm pretty sure
His
he's,
friends have joined him. That's
he's
the
hanging
word.
around with a couple of wobbegongs at the Cigna and just chewing the fat, just probably at the bar of the sunken Cigna.
Mouthful by mouthful.
Yeah, just chugging away on a couple of beers on a Friday afternoon, just having a laugh, thinking, I've got these people fooled.
Yeah, as sharks do.
I've been here for 45 years. And now they're
And he's just come out.
I've taken 5 kayakers, no one said anything, and then I show one fin, and
The
the
world's
next thing I know,
after
the
me.
world stops. Everyone's blaming me, poor shark. I'll tell you what, there was a few surfers out there today, and as our producer, the man in charge, Josh, said before, you feel a little bit safer out there than now that there's more people out there watching. They should just keep the patrol going, because then it would keep the shark away and more people can surf and more people can get down the beach and struggle for parking. I mean,
Well,
that's what we like to see.
Just going back, dropping back, just moving that side screen down at the market town end of the field, end of the oval.
Oh, there's a
Bit of
siren
an
in the background,
ambulance.
Peter, here at number one sports ground, and
News is breaking
yeah,
somewhere,
news is
Gareth.
breaking somewhere. I tell you what, you've been doing a bit of that this week up in Mayland, haven't you, mate?
Well, mate, chasing those ambos. That's how you breaking news. Actually,
It's a
if
fire.
the Newcastle Herald's listening, there's a fire brigade truck going down Union Street. Josh, get your chief of staff onto that one before Bar TV has breaking news.
We've already broken it. Live online, Peter. There's a fire somewhere in Newcastle. Maybe the fire engine's going to put out the shark or something. Maybe the
shark's on fire.
Brigade. Maybe the shark got stuck in a tree somewhere. Oh, he hit the pads. He got bat on it first there. Unlucky there, Hudson.
Well, what a Friday night in Newcastle. We've got the T20 cricket. We've got Jaws in the ocean. We've got fire brigades going everywhere. So
There's action everywhere in Newcastle.
Action
If you're
aplenty.
tuning in from all around the world, make sure, if you are visiting Australia, come to Newcastle. The number one spot in Australia, I think. Well, that's a nice driving shot there down on the onside. Timed it pretty well, but the man's out there in cover and comes around to head that one off. Yeah, 2 for 37. The run rate slowing down a little bit after that wicket. Joey Price out there. Now, Joey Price can hit the ball pretty long and hard, so expect when he gets his eye in to maybe go over the rope and get a little bit excited, Peter. I tell you what, speaking of cricket season, though, he's just not got hold of that, Hudson. It just whipped up a little bit quicker on him there, snuck up on him.
So do you think that's why the cars have sort of pulled back from the boundary just a
they
little
know
bit, knowing that
Joey Price is in town.
he's in town?
Yeah, he's here. He's
Don't mess with
finding
Joey.
centre. Yeah, he does hit the ball nice and straight, Joey. So I'm pretty sure when we covered their game over at Stockton, where they played Stockton there, it was him and Weeks who had a good first innings there, and unfortunately Jenkinson came through with the bat for the Stockton side, and Price and Weeks absolutely took the cover off the ball, hitting sixes. One of the furthest six I've ever seen was by Weeks, and that was nicely guided there down to third man, and it has gone for 4. The fielder unable to run that one down. He was running like a cattle dog there to head that one off, but unfortunately couldn't get to it.
Well, he was after his bone, wasn't he? Hey, just trying to grab it before he couldn't get it.
Like a dog chasing a ball. But
Yeah, that's it.
it's like having the ball on the string and pulling it away from the dog just as he gets to it.
That's exactly perfectly described. That's how we like it on Bar TV. Adjectives galore. If there's not 300 adjectives at the end of a telecast, there's something wrong. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh, will he be able to
Hit
hit?
the
Oh, he
field.
couldn't
The
quite
fielder
get.
just mistimed it. Sorry there, Peter. I got a little bit too excited there and talked over you. I thought he was going to have a shot. We saw that magnificent run out yesterday by Lozcek, the big Polish assassin, turning around in one motion and getting that run out, and to no avail here today. And Joey Price lives to
tell the tale.
Fight another day. Yes, and yeah, that's a better ball, and
A lot more
looking to
fuller.
hit that over the top there, mistiming it, and
So that's
that'll
the
be
end of
over.
the over, yeah. Another good one for Toronto. 2 for 44.
yeah, definitely Hudson looking to score runs more so on the leg side.
And they have been able to claw them back a little bit, haven't they? I mean, it was gangbusters early on in the first few overs, but a few wickets.
Yeah, a few tight overs.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good, and again, you can't fault the captaincy of young Jacob Montgomery. He's really stepped up, hasn't he, and making changes at will. I think this is Young coming on now to toss things up a bit. I think the off spinner. Maybe not. Bowling off spin from a 30-metre up. So it's definitely not Young. Is it Neves coming back onto bowl?
Well,
Unfortunately, the numbers not on the back here for the Bar TV commentators. And our boundary rider, Pete
Did
Jolly.
we bring our paint? Maybe we could splash a bit of paint on the back.
Our cameraman suggested that yesterday, but he suggested white paint. So I don't think the white paint would work too well on the white and canary yellow uniform of the Wallsend side.
A wide called there from our umpire in the middle. So
Yes, the umpires Deepak Shah and Tony Mulroy. Tony Mulroy, the current secretary, Peter, and Deepak Shah, the incoming secretary. So one man leaving, another man comes in.
So the understudy's about to take over.
Yes, the master is becoming the apprentice. Oh, and that's high up in the air. There's a man coming around to cut it off, and will he get under it? And oh, he's dropped it, and it was high up in the air, but probably had every opportunity to catch that one, Peter.
Oh, he just had the fumbles. That was a massive hit. It was way up in the sky, as the Bar TV replay will reveal shortly. He had time to get underneath it, but in the end, it just went straight through the breadbasket.
Yeah, well placed there, a deep backward square leg. But unfortunately to no avail. And he's gone for the same shot again, and he'll cut it off there on the bounce. Didn't get as much bat on it and kept it low. Kept that wrist action rolling over to keep the ball down there, and not getting fooled into the same exact shot twice there.
And coming through for one. So they're 2 off their 50 here
We go
after
to the
9.
replay with his drop catch. Yeah, he's skied that one nice and high. He looked to get that a little bit finer, didn't he? But yeah, probably should have taken that.
Yeah.
He'll be looking forward to buying his team a few beers after that match for the drop catch. I think as is the custom
Just
in
looking,
this T20 competition.
just looking at that replay, it looks like he might have got his legs in a not so familiar position for taking those catch. He just sort of twisted his back foot there. So
And maybe the wind got a little bit hold of it at the death there. I think maybe I don't know, but in any case, he can't blame Spider Cam.
no, can't
here
blame
with Bar
Spider
TV.
Cam. Bit of a slower ball there.
Slower ball, nice slower ball, and just picking it up at the last minute. Hudson. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there could have been a single in that. As the ball gets called dead.
Of course, Wallsend sponsors are the Diggers, so great to have them sponsoring one of our local teams in the Newcastle District Cricket.
Yes, and of course, Toronto Workers sponsoring the Toronto side. Oh, he's got that one nice and fine, and it's going to go all the way to the boundary with no fine leg in there.
So that brings up 53 on the board for Toronto. The loss of 2 early wickets in the early overs. So we've got a run rate hovering around 6, 7 and over. early on we were up around 10 runs and over, but they've been able to draw them back.
Oh, it's a full toss, and he's gone for it, and he has cleared the boundary, Pete Jolly, and that's the first 6 of the day. Umpire's arms go up, and that's what we like to see. And Hudson now really starting to open up. He's hitting it to that spot. There's a further out there, but too good for him that time.
Well, he likes to play to that side, doesn't he? That's probably his side that he backs himself on. And
the leg side is definitely his go-to area, Peter.
And that one there was just one bouncing into the fence for... well, no, it was over the rope. It was 6. I didn't quite see it. Did that clear the rope?
It cleared the rope,
It
Peter.
did. So
Not the fence, but our esteemed colleague Murray Christie, who bangs on about the boundaries coming in too far, probably wouldn't call that a 6, but we're calling it a 6. The umpires are calling it a 6, and I think this is
do you think
just about
grounds
to get turned on.
Yeah, I know there's, occupational health and safety issues in this day and age, but, there's a lot more threatening things out there in a game of cricket or rugby league or rugby union than crashing into a fence. You've just got to watch, when they play rugby or rugby league in England at places like Old Trafford, when the in-goal areas are only 2 or 3 metres, they smash into the fence and everything's fine. So, sometimes we're going to be a little bit precious, I think, about...
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Peter, the boundaries are brought in purely for this T20 format. As we hear a fire engine in the background again, there's something going on in town. If someone out there can tweet us in and let us know, because we want the community to be nice and safe. But as I was saying, the boundaries are in, I think, more so, before this game as well, the young guys play, but more so to keep these scores ticking over and getting a bit of a higher, enticing these batsmen to really go over the top and provide some exciting cricket for the crowd and the people watching at home, Peter.
Yeah, no, I take your point. It's just that, if it's one day on the big scene or test matches, it's always these short
he's
ones.
Gone for that, Joey Price. Sorry to cut you off there. And that one's over the fence. That one's a proper 6 in the old days, Peter.
They can't take that off him. That went right over. That's heading towards number 2 sports ground. And Gareth, that wasn't your car out there. That ball just went... wide off, was it?
I tell you what, I hope not, Peter. If it is, I hope I've got my insurance up to date. I don't know if it covers cricket balls to the windscreen. But anyway, Sanger will look to bowl this one.
Let's see
Probably
where
a
he
little
can...
bit less flight. Maybe needs to put it in a little bit more sharper here, Sanger. Oh, he's given that a lot of air too, and that's another full toss, and that is a 4, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's cleared the rope. Oh no, he's called 6. The Wallsend fielder has called 6. I don't know from up here if we can have a look at the replay. I thought it might have just bounced within the boundary line there. But that's 2 6s in a row from Joey Price. And I tell you what, I told you, he can hit him, Joey Price. And
he's hungry.
I think he's going to probably look to hit it over the offside now.
The
fielders are out their place, so they know his hitting spot. They know his sweet spot. They know where he's going to hit it.
Just have a look at the fielders. They've dropped back.
Yeah, they've got a long on, long off. They've got deep backward square.
Let's see where this is going.
Oh,
straight
he's
to the
let
keeper.
that one go, and that's a wide. Unfortunate here for the young leg spinner, Sanger.
Here's the replay. Let's check this out. Go and get that.
And
even the...
I don't know. I think it... Yeah, the fieldsman called it. He was the best one to look at it. And that's a better ball there by Sanger. He's finding his length here and just not flighting it as much as what he was. And that one comes through a little bit quicker. Give a good raps on the young leg spinner though.
Another wide.
That's another wide, and he won't be happy with that. Just needs to concentrate bowling. It's very hard for these leg spinners, especially in this T20 format, because, there is so much variance in their flights to get the ball aimed on the stunts, because there's not as much, I guess, the wides are a little bit in than what we normally see on the 50-over match. Oh, he's hit that hard down the ground. The fielder coming around to cut it off. There from long off, and he does so. Restricts them to 2. Yeah, obviously the umpire's not as lenient with the wide call here in the T20 format.
Yeah, pretty strict, and credit to them.
Deepak.
Deepak's doing his job, that's for sure. So the bowler on screen here, just finding his rhythm, just spinning the ball through his fingers.
Yeah, going around the wicket now, and he's gone for that one too, Joey Price, but no, just getting it along the ground, and that'll give them a single. Not rushing. 2 for 75 here. Not 2 for 76, sorry, off into the 9th over.
So we're halfway through.
Not quite.
Not quite. 80 runs, still averaging around 7 and over.
Yeah, I think they're tracking for a score up around 180, I think.
Yeah.
If they can get sort of in this second half of the innings up around sort of 10 to 12 runs and over, I think this is going to be a very, very hard total to chase here at number 1 Sports Ground. It's a good display of batting. Hudson's been impressive. He's got his eye in now, and he's come down the pitch there, but no, hitting it straight to the fielder. Giving it plenty of loop, though, the young leg spinner. Sanger.
So that's the over. After a few wides and a few sixes from it. Toronto 2 for 76. And don't forget, hashtag Bar TV Sports. Get in contact with the commentary team. It's going to be a fantastic year ahead. So the number 1 live streaming network,
And of
Bar
course,
TV.
let's not forget, we don't just live stream. We go directly into pubs and clubs. And
Yeah.
if you're at the bar on your smartphone
Just
at the moment, tell your publican about us. Put us on the big screen.
And it's not just in Newcastle, of course, down throughout the Illawarra as well. Bar TV.
Sydney.
Yeah. You
Covered
name
some
it.
big games in Sydney.
We
Of
have.
course, the university games and the NRC.
Yeah. And, a lot of people tuning in or clicking on for the very first time who are thinking, what's this Bar TV concept? Well, this is it. Live streaming at its best.
Yeah, definitely the camera work is absolutely spectacular. The picture, crystal clear on any sort of TV. It'd make a sharp flat screen TV look good, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate, would it what? Hey? And how simple is it? If you're at
It'd
home.
make something from Audi look $1 million, like you've bought it directly from Sony.
And how simple is the method? You just log on to your smartphone, click it on, your smart TV, go straight to YouTube, type in Bar TV, and up it pops.
Simple as that.
It's like Jack in the Box.
Jack's.
Pops up.
Oh, that one went right over my head. Sorry, Peter. I'm not going to lie.
I wouldn't
I
be a
wasn't allowed to
comedian.
have toys. Wasn't allowed to have toys when I was young, so
Ah,
let's not go there, mate. See, hear my voice quiver then? That was a quiver. That was real.
this is up in Singleton.
As we come into the 10th over, yes.
No toys up there, or
No
it's
toy
just
store, mate.
no toy well.
We used to work on the farm and
Milk the cows.
bring the cows in and change the watering pipes and feed the pigs and stuff. Stuff dreams are made of. Oh, he's danced down the wicket there and is going to pull up there. Probably didn't get enough on it. And Joey Price, I tell you what, he's seen the challenge set by King yesterday and he's up to it. He wants to get 100 here too.
Well, he wants to get his name in the paper. So
Who doesn't?
Well, that's
We're
right.
streaming live on the Newcastle Herald. So Josh Leeson, if you're tuning in at the moment, manning the fort there, I'm told.
So you're not a
You better watch
pigeon.
Joey Price.
You're not a pigeon fancier.
A pigeon fancier.
More of a.
I'm more a get a cockatoo and teach it rude words, mate. That's my level of humour.
Here comes another siren as well. So something is happening here in Newcastle, out by the beaches of the junction.
And
that's for
a
sure.
big shot there by Hudson. Sorry to cut you off, Peter, but I tell you what, that has nearly cleared the stand here at number 1 Sports Ground. And Hudson has got absolutely hold of that one. And everyone in the crowd there ducking for cover. They didn't even want to catch it, Peter.
Put that down for the biggest 6 in T20 cricket so far of 2015. That was going out of the ground. We'll come to the replay of that shortly, but first let's see where this one can be knocked.
Yeah, nice. Quick single there, and it could be trouble, but no. Getting in there, looking for a second run, but Hudson just loses his feet at the non-striker's end.
That was going. If that was at the Sydney Cricket Ground, that would have been well up into the 8th or 9th level, that is for sure. Check this out. This is the replay of the biggest 6 so far in this tournament.
Yeah, nice shot there and clearing the fence. I'll tell you what, it's over. It's probably into the 5th row of that grandstand there.
It's gone up the race. That's where it's gone.
It's raced up the race.
Into the dressing shed.
Yeah, someone may be sporting an egg on their head over there. But I tell you what, if these bowlers don't bowl it a little bit tighter, there could be egg on the face here for this Wallsend side. 2 for 88 after 10 overs. So that's, I mean, it's 8 and over. The run rate pretty decent here. Probably looking to maybe get it up around 10 and 12 now with these 2 batters. Definitely got their eye in. The sight screen being moved again.
And it gives the batters a little bit more flexibility to go after the runs too, you know, knowing that there's many a batter to come too. So we might be in for a good little spell here. And it's just coming up to 5:45 local time. So a lot of people are making their way from the CBD into the number 1 sports ground. Good running.
Yeah, great running there between the wickets. As we go now to have a quick look at the score in the Australian game. If you've not got it on your TV, if you're watching us exclusively, it's 8 for 234. And I tell you what, Ewan Morgan has hit 121 of 135 balls coming in and saving the innings there for England. Good knock there by Morgan. So a defendable total there for the English side, which was looking shaky to even get to 100 there for a while, as Joey Price just gets that one round the corner, guiding it nicely. Regulation field set here by the Wallsend side, just looking to stem this run flow in the back half of this T20 fixture. Of course, sponsors here, Commonwealth Bank, the Newcastle Herald, Kingsgrove Sports, where you can get all your up-to-date cricket gear, these big bats these guys are playing with, and of course South Newcastle.
And of course they're down there at Islington, across the road from the Wickham Park Hotel.
Yes.
It's a funny one, that, Gareth. It always, well, gets me thinking. Is it Islington? Is it Wickham? Is it Hamilton? I guess this conversation has been done to death, but
we did it yesterday to death. Obviously you were too busy getting exclusives around the ground yesterday, Peter, but yeah, we came to the conclusion.
It's good that we're all thinking this, eh?
That's right. I think everyone thinks that.
We're all...
Hamilton, Islington or Wickham.
So what is it?
Wickerston, maybe.
Wickerston.
We could maybe rename that area to Wickerston.
Because like Passmore Oval's known as Hamilton, isn't it? It's a weird one.
No, I don't know if it's known as Hamilton. I think the Hamilton sides play there. I think it's known as more as Wickham. So
yeah.
I know Islington it's on the cusp, isn't it? Really, it's cusping. Maybe we should get the Save Our Rail supporters to text in, because they're catching their train from there at the moment.
Yeah, they're under their beautifully erected tent.
What about that?
It
I
might
don't know
be,
how you can call it an embassy.
Well, I don't know how it's going in these blustery winds. It might be a flat embassy at this time of the day.
It's not even a proper tent, is it? It's a canopy. It's an awning from BCF or something like that. You can't take that seriously, can you? You know, like, let's be honest. Let's not get political on the bar TV.
Well, this is how, a lot of people are for and against it, but let's just go through how you would get to the number 1 sports ground today if you were coming from Maitland on the train. You'd have to get off at Hamilton, get a bus, and then go for a walk. I mean...
That's all right. I mean, it's only short term. I mean, in the future, you'll be getting off at Wickham and getting some trams or some bikes, or maybe even a underground tunnel straight directly to number 1 sports ground, the new sporting precinct. Of course, we've got number 2 done up. I'll tell you what, this could be the new mecca of Newcastle nightlife activity here at this west end of Newcastle. You've only got to look at the civic precinct. You've got the new courthouse there. Yeah. You've got Honeysuckle. You've got the museum. You got the art gallery. You're a stone's throw away from Derby Street. What more would you want? I think,
And of course, at the moment,
and you don't have to stop at the lights at the train tracks.
Straight through.
Beautiful.
What more could you want?
I know you work up at Maitland, so let's not get into it. Let's get back to the cricket as Hudson just dabs that one backward a point. And let's see what Joey Price can do here. I'm picking he's going to maybe try and get the ball somewhere on the offside. Maybe between long off and cover there in that area is where he could probably
Charged him.
charge down the wicket there and looking to hoik that on the onside.
Looking to, onside up towards the old scoreboard here.
Unsure what Joey Price is actually on, but he's certainly lifted this run rate. At the moment, it's 2 for 92, and good piece of bowling there
Yeah, good line.
by the Wallsend side. Good line, and keeping it up there a little bit fuller again, like we like to see. They went a little bit off their line and length a while the last couple of overs, didn't they?
Well, he's saying to Toronto, come after me. He's taking it to them. So let's see where now.
He's saying, don't you reckon he's out there saying, where are you going to put this, Joey Price?
That's it.
I can hear the commentators saying how good you are.
They can probably hear us down there.
Ooh,
Comes
and
off the
leg buys there.
leg, yeah. You could hear that up from
Could be
up
a
here.
wide or leg buys. I think it did hit him. There's 4 runs. He's hit that off the glove. Well, controversy here at number 1.
We've got it all. Makes a good afternoon for T20. That is for sure. So they're just 4 short now of the century. So 2 for 96. Heading towards our 13th over. Oh, nice shot.
He's gone after that one, but there's a fielder down in the deep there, and he'll cut that off. Probably looking to hit that a little bit harder and over the top to the long boundary there at the junction end.
Of course, down at the SCG, we're into our 48th over. England 2 for 34, so they've come back from death's door pretty much early on to come up with a...
Oh, he's going for that one, Hudson, and that's going to clear the boundary, is it? Yes, it is. That's another 6 to the long boundary. That's the shot he wanted, the shot before, and down the junction end, and that's 6 all day, Peter.
That was going, gone. Nobody was going to get within cooee of taking that into their possession. We'll see it again coming up shortly on the Bar TV replay, but that was... The moment
shot of the day.
Yeah, shot of the day, or one of the shots of the day.
The shot of the day.
You think that was
Bar
the
TV shot of the day. No one's going to do any better than that one.
What about that 6 over there? That was a good one.
That was brilliant.
That was
straight
even better.
Down the ground, nice and straight.
Let's have a look at the shot of the day.
Look at him. He's timed that one perfectly. And wow.
Nice camera work too by Chardon. You can probably think, that's not as easy as it looks, filming a red ball on the back of blue.
When it's been hit like an absolute bullet.
That's right.
Tell you what, our cameraman Chardon could probably pick up Superman at his best. Flying through the air quicker than a freight train. An out of control freight train.
Through Islington.
Yes, and Montgomery bowling up the Market Town end now. The captain, the skipper. We're into our 13th over here. Scored 2 for 103, so that's 6 bringing up the 100.
A nice way to pick up the 100. You always love, from a batting perspective, to pick up a respected, 100 milestones with 6s or 4s, yeah.
I think they should bring in a rule in 2020 cricket. You can only bring up a milestone with a 6. That'll make some exciting cricket. You can't get off 49 unless you hit a 6.
Yeah.
That'd bring down the run rate. Not a cloud in the sky. I thought it might have stormed earlier on today. I was looking out the window, but I tell you what, this is picture perfect weather here, isn't it, Peter?
Haven't we had some brilliant sunshine for this T20? We haven't had a washout yet, and that's great to see.
Yeah, so the lights do come on at 7 here at Number 1 Sports Ground, which, I mean, today it's not going to be effective because, as I said, there's not a cloud in the sky. The birds are tweeting around the field. Or is that just the tweets coming in next to me from the Bar TV? So if you want to get involved in the game, at Bar TV Sports, hit us with some of your thoughts on this match. And
you're on Twitter as well?
Yeah, at Gareth
How do
Wozik.
we get a hold of you, Gareth?
At Gareth Wozik. And
at Gareth Wozik.
Are you on Twitter? I believe you are.
Yeah, I think so.
At Peter_Jolly.
That could be it, yeah. Tweet us through, and we'll get your messages.
Mine's
live.
a hard one, though, isn't it? You know, Wozik, people get that mixed up. I don't know if it's coming or going. Oh.
And, of course, you've dropped Wozik.
What's
just
the
Gareth.
Yes, just Gareth. That's my name.
You and Sher, good friends?
That's my slave name. As we go.
now.
My wife calls me Gareth.
It's not 8:30 yet.
That's what my wife calls me, Gareth. So, Gareth. That was the first word my son knew. Gareth.
Into
That's how
the
he says it.
Yeah. Oh, that's 4. Well, it went underneath the fielder. He dived, but to no avail. And it went all the way to the 4 for 4. Well, the fence for 4.
The 4 for 4.
That's a 4 for 4. It's a new term in cricket. No, but look at that wide shot. The old fig trees, they've been around for many a year.
Aren't they beautiful?
They're not getting the chop.
They certainly aren't getting the chop, and I'm sure many a child coming to watch all the grand finals and the big matches here that have taken place at Number 1. They've taken perch in those fig trees to watch some of the greats run around and play cricket. I mean, Don Bradman's played at Number 1 Sports Ground.
Yeah.
Brett Lee, Glenn McGrath, Cyril Burke, Johnny Hipwell.
They're all there.
That's only half of them. Not even half of them. Not even a third of them.
Yeah. That's a brilliant story. That is for sure. Gareth.
Resident
Historian. Yeah. Brilliant.
These batsmen here, they're forging a pretty good partnership now. 2 for 111. Ooh, 111 is the bogey score in cricket. The one no one wants to get on.
Okay.
Could see a wicket here.
All right, well, we better just watch what happens. This could be a moment in history, yeah? 2 for 111. Let's see what can come of this as the 5:45 Jetstar plane heads to Melbourne. Where else would you rather be? Here in Newcastle. We've got everything. Cricket, planes, trees, you name it. It's all happening.
I'll tell you what we have got. It's T20 cricket, and it is crazy. This is Young here bowling now, and that's a good first up ball, getting Joey Price to look at it, to consider it, and just give him a bit of respect. I mean, he didn't... The young leggy from the other end, he
shining
went
up
after him
his...
straight away, didn't he? I mean, Joey Price is
giving that red ball a bit
one.
of a shine as well.
Why not?
Only he knows how.
I mean, in your French cricket days, Pete, that was one of your tasks, wasn't it? When you
was the ball shiner, yeah.
Used to play the French version of the game. That's a good cracking shot, but there's a fielder out there. He just bowls that a little bit too short there, Young.
Your pants were always, filthy at the end of it. I hated washing them. You could never get
in French cricket, aren't they 3/4 pants and khaki?
Oh, is that why I went wrong?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought I looked a bit different out there to the rest of them.
And it's only, of course, it's only underarm, so
yeah.
good for the shoulders anyway. Oh, he's come up the pitch to that full toss, and just happy with the singles here, just turning the scoreboard over, ticking. Looking not really to pushing these twos here just happy with the singles, happy with where they're at, the run rates?
Well, I think they need to have a go. What do you reckon? Open the bat up and put on a spectacular way. They've got
Time to turn it on.
time to turn it on. Still got another 8 to come. So let's see what they can provide for us coming
All
through.
the fielders now, they're in front of the wicket. So as I'm going to quote him again, Murray Christie, there's 2 things in life you need. It's taxes and a third man. So they haven't got a third man at the moment. So Murray Christie watching in won't be happy with that. He'll be spitting his beer out somewhere. Oh, good ball. Has he called a wide there? No, he hasn't. Just a little bit of drift there for the young.
So they've got 4 out on the boundary across the oval.
5 out.
5 out, 1 behind this side screen here, yeah, and 4 in.
4, 5.
So they're expecting a
he's
big
gone for
shot.
that one, and that's over the fence, and that's another big shot there by Hudson, and that has cleared what is the clubhouse here and gone over the fence. The Wallsend side's going to struggle to find that. There's a couple of kids running to help them out, but Pete Jolly, that was another massive 6, and we were just talking about they needed to lift the run rate. I tell you what, lift the run rate, they did.
What? Yes, that's right. Big 6 out of here. Go get that. I think we're going to have this game call off for a few minutes here because they've got to go find that ball. They're still searching for it. Well, you thought the first 6 was big. Just have a look at this one here. That has gone 40 rows back if we had seats there. So that's some bit of theatre of the mind. But go and get that. Good luck.
Yeah, he's hit that about I reckon that'd be close to 90 metres there, which is a big shot on any occasion.
Now, do we say that was the shot of the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind. That's the shot of the day, Pete. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
We'll agree with that.
We'll agree with that one.
If anybody doesn't disagree, of course, it's interactive. What's the hash key?
Hashtag Bar TV Sports.
Hashtag
we
agree.
Get all
Do
those
not agree.
at Bar TV Sports, and we can hashtag.
How is our
agree.
hashtags? We might just get a producer update. They're coming through. Yeah, he's getting a few through. I can hear the birds tweeting away. We'll get to those fairly shortly. This is the last ball of the over.
That was the last ball of the over.
Yeah.
And Joey Price is going for that one. He's hit that hard, straight down the ground. It's hit the fence on the full, and that's another 6 here at number 1 Sports Ground.
Oh, we said that they had to do something, and haven't they provided? In the last few balls, we've seen 6s, we've seen 4s. They must be able to hear us out there in the middle. Let's see where this is going. Nearly knocks the keeper out.
That's a long hop, and Joey Price unable to. He's called a wide on that one.
Yeah, fair
unable
call.
to get back to ball. Fair call, yeah, but Joey Price will be a little bit unhappy he didn't get hold of that one because that one was going as well.
Is that our man down there, Mr. Deepak Chopra?
Deepak Shah.
Shah.
Oh, he stepped up to that one, but that's going to go straight to the fielder, and yes, he's out, Joey Price. Good innings there by Price, and he's caught that one deep and down on the boundary. He's hit that square to probably a deep square leg position, and our man Pete Jolly, who's with us up here, he's rushing down to go and get an exclusive with the captain, Joey Price, and I'll tell you what, it's a sight for sore eyes seeing Pete Jolly running. He's got his thongs on. He's going to try and head it off here, and I'll tell you what, this is some of the most exciting commentary I've done calling Pete Jolly into this. He's not going to get there. Pete Jolly, he hasn't got there. Don't worry. Put your arms up, Pete. It's a good effort. Maybe next time we can get a camera on Pete, chase him down there, and we've got a new batter now. Gray has come into bat. Joey Price.
He must have seen me come and he started the sprint.
He did, and I tell you what, I think you could have been a champion sprinter.
I was okay over the 100 metres up at the Maitland Sports Ground. That is for sure. Not now, though. Lucky to get down the steps, Mr. Gareth. But we might be able to have a chat with him. He's just quickly gone into the dressing shed. So when he comes out, we'll do our best to have a yarn.
Well, let us know when he's out. We'll go back to the action up here for the cricket. Let us know when he comes out. Hopefully he's not throwing the bat, kicking the dressing shed doors. Oh, he's looked to hit that over the top as well, but happy with the single. Plenty of singles to be got here, Peter.
Yeah, there's plenty of singles, and expect a few more 4s and 6s. Just hearing from the players here in the grandstand, they're just saying go for it. So that's the call in the dying overs. Go for it.
Yeah, into the 15th over here. 3 for 128. Good game of cricket. I'll tell you what, Wallsend will be quietly confident they can chase this score down. Yeah, Hudson going for that. He's got that a squarish sort of drive and just beating the mid off there, but only getting a single. And Gray, the number 10, facing up, can hit a ball. Ken Gray. I mean, he's known for his big power hitting, and he's gone for that one, and that could be out. No, he's got no bat on that apparently. Only the wicketkeeper goes up for it, but Gray stands his ground, does he? They're having a bit of a chat, the two umpires. Could be trouble if we can go to the replay. I thought I might have heard a noise, but no, the umpires have a little gathering out there and not out, so he'll live to fight another day, Gray. What was your thoughts on that one, Pete?
Yeah, well, they were in two minds, weren't they? So they had a little bit of a committee meeting, but lives to survive another day, doesn't he?
Oh, he's swinging the bat around, Gray, but hasn't got much on it as yet, and not a bad over there. As we're now coming into the 16th over. Score 3 for 129, and the run rate a little bit subdued now from that wicket of Big Joey Price, the captain. And how are you going down there, Pete? He's not coming out.
No, it doesn't look like it, mate. He's still in the showers. Just doing my cameraman duty as we speak from the side.
No.
Literally,
you kicked the cameraman out down there, and you've taken over.
I have. He was a bit of a statue. So
Tell you what, Pete Jolly, he's our everywhere man today. The boundary rider, the co-commentator, the cameraman. As he's looking for any exclusive that he can get.
Just a few field placings to be shifted around. That's why we've got the break in play at the moment. The skipper just adjusting his field.
Yeah, Montgomery, the captain here, coming into bowl. Oh, he's gone for that, Hudson. It's high up in the air. It's coming down. It might be the fielder. Oh, he's dived for it and he's missed it. Good effort there. Hudson chancing his arm. And just coming up short the fielder. Really good effort, but it's going to count as a drop catch. So he's going to have to probably buy his teammates a beer back at the Diggers tonight. Montgomery coming in. He's had a couple of catches dropped off his bowling. Full toss and is straight down the fielder's throat. Is he going to get there? Yes, and that's a great catch. Diving forward, one of the hardest catches you'll take. And he's out, Hudson. Pretty good knock there, though. Let's see if Pete Jolly can get him. But I'll tell you what, that effort in the field. He dropped the first one and he went for that one and it stuck like glue. And how are you going down there, Peter? You pumped for your first interview of the day?
Yeah, I am. That happened right in front of me too. It was a classic catch. Haven't we seen some beautiful catches here this afternoon on Friday night cricket? We're
going to the replay now, and Hudson maybe a little bit impatient. We'd like to see him stick around a bit longer, but that was a really good effort there by the Wallsend fielder, and they're still getting congratulated out there.
Alrighty, well, we're live on Bar TV right now, and we're with the man who unfortunately tried to go out of the park. It just didn't quite go off, but mate, you had the right intentions.
Yeah, mate, I was just trying to probably 2 balls at the over, trying to get maximums and then trying to work it for the rest of the innings. So I think probably looking at 160, 170 here, and hopefully these two can just keep working around and get that boundary that we need.
Yeah, before the game, what were you aiming at?
Well, the last 2 games there's been, bowled out for 57 and then West got 200, so somewhere in between there. I think probably 150, 160 is good here. Yeah.
Fantastic. Go enjoy it. Back to you, Gareth.
Yeah, thanks very much, Peter, and great little piece of interviewing there too. And 160's the target, and we've got Weeks in now, and I tell you what, Weeks can hit the ball around, Peter. He's known for his big hitting. The 2 big men out there, Gray and Weeks, so I don't imagine there's going to be much running between the wickets. There's Montgomery coming in now. Good tight over here by Montgomery too, by the way. As he comes in. Yeah, just hits that one nice and square. Just getting it out of the block hole and getting a bit more meat on it than what he probably would have thought. Beating the fielder there, splitting them.
We've got the team behind me, Gareth. They're just wondering if Bark TV could give them the score, please.
The score is 4 for 132. Oh, he's gone for that one, and that's going to go a long way, and that's cleared the fence at number 1 Sports Ground. Big shot there by Gray, and I tell you what, Pete, if you can get a bit of mail for us down there on Gray and ask the team if these boys are going to do much running, maybe get someone down there to have a bit of a chat, because it doesn't look like they've got singles and doubles in there. All 6s here. We're into our 16th over. 4 for 138. That's a pretty good shot there.
Well, he's answered his team's call, hasn't he, from the high up in the stands. They said to have a go, and since the call's gone out, haven't they had a go?
Yeah, definitely, and I think you'll see now that he's danced down the wicket there, hit it nice and straight, and there's a man there at long on, and he's going to come in and cut that one off. A mixed over there by the captain there, Montgomery. A couple of 6s, a wicket. The batsman just out there now having a bit of a chat. I dare say they're discussing, if I hit one, you've got to hit one. Over the fence. Maybe they've got a little friendly wager out there, Pete.
You never know your luck in the big city. I'm just going to get a few shots actually from the grandstand. There's a nice and vocal crowd in here tonight for Friday night cricket.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is Jones coming back on to bowl. So we're coming into the death here. Over number 17. So we've got 5 men outside the circle in catching positions, I guess, on the boundary. No one in close in catching position, so they're expecting these guys to absolutely go for it, and go for it they have. Gray's put that high up in the air. It's lost in the sun. Oh, and he's put that one down. Probably would have been the bowler's catch, I feel, but he definitely lost that one in the sun. The fielder coming around, calling him out of the way, but at the end of it, he didn't get enough on it either, and it kind of swung away from him. And he could only get a hand to it by the end of it. Could you see what was going on from your vantage point down there, Peter?
Yeah, not much in it, but I was just looking through the viewfinder actually, so I lost my train of thought there for a moment, Gareth, but gee, it would have been a nice one if he was able to take it cleanly, hey?
Yeah, definitely, but this sun coming a bit lower now, playing havoc with the field. especially on the Derby Street side of this number 1 sports ground. Just getting the sight screen in order here. Weeks. Oh, he's hit that one straight to the fielder. There could be trouble. No, he doesn't let go of it there. No one backing up to stop the overthrows with all the men out of the boundary. Good piece of fielding there. Yeah, but Weeks really looks like he's going to open up, and if he gets hold of something, it's not going to stop before it gets over that boundary line. Oh, he's got that nicked down to third man there. The third man was up. So that's 4. He was up in the catching position, and it nearly came off there for the captain and Wallsend Montgomery, because it was quite close to where he's placed that fielder. But I wouldn't be surprised if they push third man down. No, he's going to bring him forward. More of a short third man position. Yeah, that's a better shot, but it's going to find the fielder. And the sound of spikes going up the dressing room entryway there. That's the sound of summer, isn't it? Sound of cricket, Pete.
You know it's the summer when you can hear those spikes, that's for sure. Hearing more spikes now than we are fire brigade, so I'd say that's under control.
Oh, he's hit that. Found the gap, but the fielder out of the boundary coming around. They're going to go for 2, but no, they're going to settle. They're going to go for overthrows, though. Oh, that's a bad piece of fielding by the bowler there. And Gray retains the strike.
And of course, everybody here at the number 1 sports ground, they've got their best vantage point to watch the cricket.
Oh, he's danced down there and
Don't
swing and
know.
a miss, but that was going to be going all the way to Market Town and probably come back with a bag of groceries there, Peter, if you had got hold of that.
Now just keep your eye on the monitor very shortly. Have a look at that little invention. We'll cut away to the shot right now, and not a bad way to go buy one of those, whack it on the boundary, and enjoy an afternoon here at the cricket.
Yeah, definitely. Nice little shady fishing chair. It looks pretty hard to set up, though, but I probably wouldn't be able to manage it. You need a good set of instructions.
Instructions? Oh, forget it.
What happened to the wide brim hat?
Slip, slop, slap.
That's right. I went and saw the skin doctor today, actually, and
How'd you get on?
got a little burn taken off my face. So good these days, though. So I wouldn't advise anyone to go out and get sunburnt, but the doctor treated me pretty well and in and out like a flash and be able to make this production on time. It did hurt, though. But he did say that the actual treatment hurts less than getting a tattoo. So I haven't got tattoos, and I don't think I'm going to try any time soon. And Young comes on.
Or a bit of a wild throw.
Oh, wild throw there. Did not need to do that, and they'll get 2 overthrows. It was a good piece of bowling, but he just got a little rush of adrenaline and cost his team a couple of runs, Pete.
Yeah, unheard of. Well, it's not unheard of, but, you know, it's not in his game usually to do that. Just maybe a bit of a misfire for him.
Oh, that's
Now,
a pretty terrible ball, and
what would you
he
call
hasn't
that?
found the boundary.
A wrong'un?
That was the wrong'un flipper bouncer. That was his mystery ball.
That was the 5-in-1.
Yeah, that was his mystery ball. He's been threatening to bowl that all summer. He's pulled it out, and the batsman just picking it. but doesn't get it away over the boundary and gets just a single. Oh, that's a better ball. A lot fuller. Gray just moves away and managed to bat it down there to, I guess, what is a long off, sorry. Yeah, he's hit that nice and square there. Cuts it away. I'll tell you what, I did give him credit for rotating the strike, these two batsmen, but they've done a pretty good job of it, Peter.
They have. And
ticking the singles over, the score 4 for 152.
A few more points in them before this is over.
Yeah, a few more runs in them certainly, Peter, and he's hit that down the ground and not quite getting enough bat on it. It's not timing it like they want to, Peter.
Well, the runs are just coming freely, aren't they? That's what we want to see, and that's what we're certainly watching right here on Bar TV. Let's see where the runs can come from this one.
Yeah, I guess with the fielders out, they're just trying to stop the boundaries. Oh, he's gone for that one. He's hit that one pretty hard, but the fielder's coming round. Oh, he stopped it. No, he's...
Oh, brilliant.
Ooh, I don't know. Has he hit the boundary there?
I think he has saved 4.
I think he has.
That is a
I'm looking at it
phenomenal
from
effort.
here. It was very, very close. It was fingertip stuff.
Gareth, that doesn't come much classier in the field than that. Doesn't matter what level of cricket you're playing. That is class.
Class all the way. And this Newcastle District Cricket Association T20 competition has shown a lot of class, and we've seen a few great matches over the last couple of weeks, and none so more than this. So if you're at home, come down, because the crowd is absolutely building here at what's going to be the halfway mark as we go to the replay now, and we'll be able to pick this one up. Did it hit the boundary line? I thought it did. I was kind of obscured from my vantage point up here. And it rolls, it's slow, Is it going to hit? He's just stopped that. That is a whisker. And that's a good shot there. Cutting it nice and square, but just still not finding the boundary, these two batsmen.
And the crowd loving it, as you can see now on the Bar TV screen. Nice crowd gathering behind the boundary here, cheering on every run. They've got a nice can or two. They've got their fish burger that the canteen supervisor has whipped up for them, and they're absolutely loving it, as you can see.
Yeah, it's a great afternoon here, and there's a couple of games next week as well we've got out here. So we've got a Wednesday night and a Friday night game, and he's managed to find the boundary there. That'll go all the way for 4. He just leans back and rolls it around the corner with a nice pull shot. Probably about waist height there. And Weeks, I think, gets his first boundary, which is unusual for him because he can hit them quite long and quite far. Yeah, he's got that one just past point, and it's coming. It's going to the boundary, but no, he's going to cut that one off. Oh, he's fumbled it. Coming back for another one. It's going to be close. Oh, just beating the wicketkeeper there. Dicing with death, these batsmen. As a score now, 4 for 163. Over 19, so one more over after this, which is they've got plenty of wickets in hand, so they'll put plenty of big hitting. What's the crowd saying, Peter? You're right near the team. What are they saying? Hit the ball?
Mate, as you can see on the screen right now, the boys are just saying, go for it. That's the call of the afternoon. The vocab doesn't change. Go for it.
Go for it. Hashtag go for it. Oh, he's hit that, and they've called him back. I don't know what sort of shot that was. It was a bit premeditated. It's one of these new fandangled shots, Peter, when all he should be doing is hitting it, Gray. He's got the shots to do it. He's got the power to do it. I'd be looking to hit it over the boundary. All the way to Wallsend. So go fetch that, Wallsend. Oh, he's hit that nice and hard, but the fielders are out there stopping They're hesitating. These guys just running singles. So this is pretty good bowling here. The batsmen not being able to get the twos that they want, not being able to find the boundary, just restricting them. Score is 4 for 164, so it's going to be a pretty good total. I'm picking probably about 175. Might be the end total. What about you, Peter?
Yeah, I'd say be around that mark.
Oh, he's gone for that one, and it's over the fence, and that's a good shot there. The young fella trying to catch it got out of the way because it came down at an absolute breakneck speed. And that's a good shot there by Weeks. That'll be over there, Peter. What do you think these guys are going to do in this last over? It's 4 for 170. If you're out there in your French cricket days, what are you doing? Are you going long, or are you just going to be happy pushing around, keeping average up there in the 90s?
No, I'd be going for it. Let's bring some sixes back to the final over, hey?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Let's see how far away the ball can end up. That would be my message.
So they've got men all in front of the wicket. There's no one behind. Oh, they do have a third man. He's not back on the boundary though. Yeah, he is. He's just sent him back. Long on, long off. Deep cover. Oh, he's hit that nice and hard, and they'll get a single for that. Nice ball straight up in the bock hole there by the Wallsend bowler.
And of course, if we can just cut down to the boundary rider camera, how great is it to see the girlfriends of the players coming along to the cricket as well? She's looking happy there.
Yeah, she's loving being here, isn't she?
Been to the hairdressers.
There's a change of batsman here. There's something going on. Can you find out what's happening for us, Peter, in the last over? Was it a wicket?
I think there was, yeah. We'll find out.
Who got out? We're too busy looking at the wag down there. I just saw you trip over the camera. That's giving me a bit of a belly laugh. As Ratton comes in now.
How are you?
We'll stick to the action, and you can still talk to him down there, Peter, if he'd like to talk.
Mate, boys are going along quite nicely.
Yeah, Weeksy's hitting the ball well now, and hopefully Raddo can get him a bit of strike for this last over. But yeah, boys went in well early. It's good.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, this target, anything can happen in the second.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a game of T20, so it's a game of overs. We've just got to keep going, and we've got to field well and bowl well at the end of the day.
And happy with your own performance out there today?
Oh, I've got 1 or 2 out of the screws, but yeah, always happy with more runs, of course.
Thanks for talking to Bar TV.
Yeah, thanks very much, and that was great there. Chatting with the Bar TV exclusively to Pete Jolly down there on the boundary. Ratton now on strike. As we go to the replay of the wicket. Must apologise to our viewers out there. I missed that one. Oh, I thought he bumped board that, but he's given him.
And as we were saying earlier, the workers coming through the gates at 5 o'clock, and certainly a few of the business CBD workers have rolled their way into the #1 sports ground. They look like they're having a nice time up there in the stands watching this T20 match.
Oh, full toss and not getting hold of it, and they'll go through for a single. Just singles this over, Peter. Haven't seen anything hit big. Ratton in now. Ratton not quite in yet, so maybe not the man to go to the boundary. Probably wants to get big Weeksy up there. Gee, he's a cool looking customer, isn't he? He's here for cricket.
Who needs friends when you can bring yourself?
Oh, that's a wide, yeah. Down leg side. Always a wide. That's a wide any day of the day. That's a wide in backyard cricket. He's taking a photo of you, is he? And that's the end of the innings there. 5 for 175. The Toronto side. That's a pretty good score there. They'll be pretty happy with that. Good run rate. Good batting. Good exciting batting. Plenty of sixes in that innings. So the Wallsend side are going to want to probably replicate that and make a good game of it. We saw yesterday the batting side batting second there. Couldn't quite capture the form of the West side. So let's hope that's not a sign and this game goes down to the wire. We want to see a full 20 overs. Pete Jolly down there on the sideline. Let's see if you can grab Weeksy.
Well, let's see what we can do now. They're a little bit
They've had enough.
too sunstroked, I guess, but I might be able to have a chat with one of the Wallsend players. We're live on Bar TV at the moment. One of them might be gracious enough to come over. We'll just see who we might be able to get. Jacob, are you free to have a quick chat? No, we've been shunned. He doesn't want to have a chat.
He doesn't do media. He's on a media ban, I heard.
He's on a media ban, but we've got another one who's kindly come out to say hello. Mate, the Bar TV boys were saying not a bad effort out there today.
Oh, not too bad. It looks like an alright wicket. Fielding was a little bit iffy, but hopefully we can do enough with the bat.
Yeah, do enough with the bat, and let's see if we can smack a few around, hey?
Oh, definitely. Plenty of sixes, plenty of fours. It's a big total, so you need the boundaries.
And mate, where do you come into the batting for 'em?
Oh, middle order somewhere on the pinch hitter, mate.
Yeah. Bit of an all-rounder too?
Oh, nah. Just a keeper trying to field out there today.
Yeah. And how long have you been playing for Wallsend?
Oh, 2 or 3 seasons now. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. You love your cricket?
No, it's good. Yeah, definitely.
And I guess, to play here at the #1 sports ground, it doesn't come much better than that.
Oh, not in Newcastle, no. No, definitely not. No, it's a good ground.
Optimistic you can get them?
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Alrighty.
Cheers, buddy.
Back in there. Thanks for that. Back to you, Gareth.
Yeah, thanks very much, Pete. We're going to take a quick break now. I'm going to get my breath back. The score here, 5 for 175 from Toronto. Joey Price, the top scorer there. Or no, Nathan Hudson was the top scorer. We're going to take a break now, go to our sponsors. You're watching Twilight T20 Cricket at #1 Sports Ground. Tune in. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. And welcome back, everybody, tuning in to Bar TV's coverage of the Twilight T20 NDCA competition, of course, brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank Newcastle Herald, where we're streaming on live, Kingsgrove Sports and South Newcastle. Toronto posted a pretty impressive score of 174 in the first innings there. Wallsend chasing now. Peter, how do you see this one going? What are they going to have to do?
Yeah, I think, they just got to play their natural game. At the top of the telecast, we said Toronto would be happy with around 170, 190. So they've ended up getting 174. So it's not going to be an easy chase for Wallsend. So Toronto, they'll be looking at, applying the pressure early and looking to come up with a few quick wickets, because what we've seen in the first innings was, if you can get that breakthrough early on, it certainly does restrict those runs from coming on off the bat. So let's see what Toronto can do here with the ball.
Yes, Joey Price opening bowling. Of course, Joey on the Brett plays. Oh, he's hit that through the gap, and that's going to go 4 all the way, and that's a good shot to open the match here. Open the innings, sorry.
Cracking shot. Wasn't going to stop that one when it cleared the man and just rolled all the way to the boundary for 4. So a few similarities in the first over from Wallsend and Toronto. A 4 off the first ball.
Oh, he's come back with a better ball there, Price, and that was a little bit shorter. He got that to flick up a little bit as well. Batsman trying to play a little bit too close to his body there.
Umpires are back out there. Deepak as well.
Oh, he's
another 4.
He's hit that one nicely. Cut that one through. Just wide a point there, and it's gone all the way to the boundary for 4. And this is a pretty good start here by this Wallsend side.
So we've seen a 4, a dot ball, and another 4, and we've only had 3 deliveries. So fantastic start for Wallsend. You couldn't have expected a better start. They are on fire here. Friday night cricket.
Oh, Price has bowled that at shorter again, and he's left that one. Let one go through the keeper there.
Of course, it all started here last Friday night when Belmont played University. This is our 5th clash of T20 cricket.
Oh, good ball there by Price. Pete, he's just beat the outside edge. Out and out there.
So stay with us. This is the second over. And of course, we're back on deck here next Wednesday night. Cardiff will be playing Hamilton Wickham.
Oh, he's got that one fine, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary as well for 4. I tell you what, he's getting some good power on these shots, isn't he? They're going all the way to the boundary. We saw in the first innings the ball kind of just holding up in the outfield, but not so for this Wallsend side.
They're taking it to them. That's the third 4 off 8 deliveries.
Yeah, McGovern here, of course, the ex-captain. He's taking control early on, 12, and I mean, at the same time in the first innings, Toronto were 0 for 8, so taking the bull by the horns, so to speak.
The curator has just turned on the floodlights here at the number 1 sports ground. Still a lot of the oval bathed in afternoon sunshine, up around 25 degrees for the chase. 175 is the target.
Yeah, and of course the Aussies now chasing. That's another good shot. He's hit that nice and fine. That's going to go all the way to the boundary.
Maybe they want to get back and watch Channel 9's coverage, the way they're playing.
Yes, England got all out for 234, so pretty good target there. The English bowling attack obviously set to fire before this World Cup. England looking at very shaky early on there, as that's another good ball there. Making up for that one by young Lee, but he's called a wide. These umpires are all over this tonight, aren't they? I thought that was a decent effort there, but young Lee told no, it's a wide. That's a better ball there. Just maybe getting that one to nip back in a little bit.
And I'm hearing too, just on the bigger picture of the World Cup, the opening match between Australia and England at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, it's close to being sold out, if not sold out by 5 o'clock today. There was only a few hundred seats left.
That's amazing. Just like number one tonight. If they were selling tickets, but they're not. It's free entry, and he's hit that one down to the boundary, cut off by the fielder there, and that's a good save there. But I tell you what, these Wallsend players are absolutely going for it while these fielding restrictions are in play. Of course, only 2 men allowed out on the boundary at the moment. There's a third man in, no slips.
Bit of a wide, yeah, it was called a wide.
Of course, the other one looks like a deep cover or deep extra cover. So a little bit of a different feel to what we've seen in this first innings. Oh, he's hit that one nice and straight, and nice field placements there by Joey Price. He knows the areas. Of course, he's been around for quite a while now. Knows his opposition quite well. But they'd be pretty confident. I guess they got a pretty strong bowling attack to defend this score of 174, although we did cover the match over at Stockton where they posted a similar score and they got run down quite easily by the Stockton side. So you never know, do you, Pete?
That's a wide if you've ever seen one.
That's as wide as they'll get. I'll call that one a wide. That's as wide as something that's probably going to get me in trouble if I say it.
Well, Toronto, they need a
Toronto.
Well, they need to sort of get a few early wickets here because this partnership, it's a good one from the openers from Wallsend.
Oh, he's flicked that off his pads, and the man. It's a sort of short, fine leg there. And Lee's none for 23. We're only into the second over. Lee's going for a few here. Oh, he's had a big swing at that one, and that's another wide. He's not going to be happy with that, is Lee, and big hands on his hips, and he's had a big sigh, and I tell you what, he's going to be lucky to continue this spell here.
Hooked off.
I tell you what, I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one that's going to be harsh here, but yes, I'd be hooking him. I'd be getting someone in, maybe slow the ball down a bit, maybe get a spinner in. He's another wide. He's only a young fellow, is young Lee, and unfortunate here.
Maybe the occasions got to him.
Yeah, fourth wide in the over though. You've got to bowl a bit tighter in these big occasions. And
did you bring your hooking stick?
I've got the gaff hook in the car because, as we mentioned before, this shark could pop up anywhere.
But he's out here having a go. That's the main thing. You'll learn from every ball.
Oh, he's got bat on that, and he's got him. He's walking.
Well, there you go. That's redemption if you've ever seen it.
He's come back pretty well, and well done to young Lee. He's got the first wicket. It's 1 for 25 off 2 overs.
Maybe
off
that
to
was
a flyer, though, Wallsend, but that is a very good bowling and very good composure shown by young Lee to come back and take a wicket in that over, and hats off to him. Everyone's congratulating Peter.
Yeah, he's bounced back in tremendous form. Maybe, that was his tactic. Throw a few wides in there, get the batter a bit dismantled, but this is the wicket, and he's loved that. And look at that. The guys, his teammates, come from everywhere. He wasn't so sure.
Yeah, he might have thought it may have been a bit of a bump ball there, but no.
He'll take that.
Going to I got attacked by a bee there.
I thought it was, yeah. Gee, they sting,
big gust
don't they?
of wind came through the commentary box.
Watch out for that magpie too.
Threw us in disarray.
Live and exclusive on Bar TV. under lights here at the #1 sports ground, T20 cricket.
Yeah, we've got to change a bowl already by Price, and we know from the games we've covered of this Toronto side, as you so nicely put it, Peter, that Joey does like to keep the batsman guessing and rotate his bowlers around, rotate the field, and very attacking field here by Price. No slips. They've got kind of a backward deep gully or something. I don't know what he is there. They've got a gully, and they've also got a point in as well. So this ball looking to carry. Oh, that'll be a wide called again. So really the extras here killing this Toronto side. I reckon we probably would have had 10 runs of extras so far, Peter.
Yeah, that ball, not so sure if that carried through to the keeper or the keeper just went without it, maybe a bit of both. But it's keeping down a little bit as the lights take effect here.
Yeah, they've just changed the field round a bit as well. They've put a fine leg in. They've pushed the mid-on back. As he comes in now to... Ooh, that's a good bowl. Just beating the outside edge there. I thought the umpire there was going to call another wide.
Yeah. Thought for a moment he was going
Young
to take his
Deepak.
hands out there for sure.
Young Deepak taking over the big role of secretary in the coming months.
Yeah.
From the other umpire, Tony Mulroy.
He's done his traineeship. He's been promoted.
So he's got good legs for a secretary too, hasn't he, Deepak?
Don't think he'd be wearing that skirt.
No. Good fielding there by the Toronto side, and it's now 1 for 27 into our third over. I expect maybe another bowling change as well next over. Lee picking up the wicket. A little bit expensive, but Joey Price will probably want to change a few things around. Oh, he's hit that over the fielder and, ooh, just out of his grasp and mistiming it. And he'll probably get a couple here. Yes, he will. The captain, Montgomery, is out there at the moment.
Still going along steadily, roughly around 8.5 and over. Toronto.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's there and thereabouts at the end. If they can keep this up, they're going to be making a pretty good match of this one. The lights have come on now at #1 sports ground. He's gone down the ground here. It may hold up, and I think it's going to. The field's been in chase, so again, would have been a 4 at any other ground, but not #1. It's the bigger boundary here than what these guys may be used to playing. But definitely a good shot. He timed it nicely. And this could be a sign of things to come.
And batting into the wind, which is just picked up.
Yeah, he's gone along the ground. This time it's gone under the fielder. He has got a hand to it though, so slowing it down. It probably would have made it to the boundary. So hit nice and hard. Oh, he's hit the stumps from the boundary. Well in his crease, but good shot nonetheless. That's what you practice for, isn't it? That's what you train for. Moments like that.
Yep, in the nets. Hours in the nets. Practice makes perfect, as the saying goes. So it's just having a good look around here. Fields well in early on, as you'd expect.
Oh, he's got an edge on that. Oh, good throw there.
The fielding has
I
been
tell you what.
perfect, hasn't it, early on? They know
Yeah,
where the
throwing
middle
has
stump
definitely.
is. Yeah.
They definitely know how to knock the bails off, don't they, from the infield and the outfield. And of course, as you were mentioning before, the fixtures coming up, Peter. Next Wednesday we've got Cardiff versus Hamwicks and Charlestown v Merriweather, the two sides. Hamwicks and Merriweather in this SCG Cup final on the Saturday. So
Yeah.
that should be a good one too. If anyone's going down to that, feel free to.
You going down to that?
I'd love to go down to that.
We might all go down
We
to that.
may be covering it, Peter. Wouldn't that be a godsend?
Just waiting back to hear, aren't we, from Cricket New South Wales, if Bar TV are heading down to the Sydney Cricket Ground. Of course, live streaming, HD. What more would you like? We'll get the commentary. We've already got about 8 commentators lined up for that one.
There's guys in Sydney. There's ex-Sheffield Shield players. There's ex-Australian players lining up to have a stint in the Bar TV box. We might not get a gig, Peter. More than likely.
That's likely. Maybe Richie might drop in.
Yeah, well, they'll leave us.
Bill Laurie, he can bring his pigeons up from Melbourne.
I can imagine the producers here at Bar TV saying, "Oh, you'll have to catch the train. The bus is full."
You've got to be careful which matches you pick.
That's a good shot there. He's swept that one. It's gone all the way to 4. Batting pretty well here, these two Wallsend batsmen. McGovern and Montgomery, the captain and the ex-captain. Oh, he's gone for that one. There's a fielder out there, though, and he'll get that in.
Yeah, you mentioned next Wednesday night, Cardiff and Hemwicks, and then another blockbuster to end the summer of cricket the following Wednesday, which will be January the 23rd, Charlestown playing Merriweather. So it's a big few weeks coming up, and of course the SCG final in between all that, as you mentioned.
Oh, he's hit that one. Try to get that off the back foot there, and finding the fielder was hit nice and hard. And again, good fielding here by the Toronto side. Oh, he's gone for that one. He's put it down.
And whilst we're, saying congratulations to everyone and sending our thanks out, yesterday, if you caught up with the Kent Cricket Club, actually was watching live from the southern parts of England, our coverage, and put a tweet out to their
could be close here.
20,000.
Sorry, Peter, and had to cut you off there. A bit of action out there in the middle. I tell you what, I wouldn't be chancing anyone's arm here on this Toronto side. If my memory serves me correctly, again, there was a brilliant run out by, I think it was even Joey Price in the game we covered over at Stockton with Toronto, and he hit the ball from about 40 metres from the wicket. Pinpoint accuracy from this Toronto side. Oh, he's gone for that. He's hooked that round the corner. And the wind now just switching here at number 1 sports ground. So the ball moving around a little bit as well. It's gone southeast.
You've seen a few cricket grounds in your time, Mr. Wazick. What's the top? Give me your top 5 in Newcastle.
I'd have to say,
this one?
I'm going to say this one, yeah. I think Stockton is probably as picturesque as you're going to get it. I tell you what, Harker Oval, you can't go past that. An old favourite of yours, Peter.
Good old Harker Oval, yeah, goes all right.
Nice big boundaries out there. And
there was talk there, I'm not sure how that's going at the moment. There was talk they were going to dig up that area before the rugby league season this year.
Townsend Oval.
How can follow up on?
How can you go past Townsend Oval?
Yeah, doesn't that bounce in the winter?
And of course, any of the grounds at Carrington, Peter.
Connolly Park up there.
Yes, Connolly Park.
Good old Connolly Park.
Home of the Carrington Pirates. So if any of the Pirates are listening out there, of course, now defunct because all those guys have got a little bit too old to throw the ball down. And
spent many a Saturday down there growing up at good old Connolly Park on the back of the good old Carrington Bowling Club. And the tennis courts. Can't forget the tennis courts.
Of course. The tennis courts are actually ex-university player and tennis coach. Greg Burgess now runs the tennis courts at Carrington there. They've done them up. They've got a bit of council funding, so the council doing some pretty good capital works around Newcastle at the moment in the way of sporting facilities. They also raised the money by way of community as well. There's a new park there. There's a community vegetable garden, so if you're around Connolly Park or indeed Carrington Bowling Club.
I remember going back 25 years ago, you used to go down there into the old shed, go get the net out underneath down there by the old kitchen and go out and ring it on and put it back before you left and drop the key off to Mrs. I forget her name, but she lived in Matheson Street, Carrington. So you can't get away with much in Carrington. Everybody knows something about you. I know that.
What do they know about you? I'd hate to know. I'd hate to know your deep dark
Don't go
secrets.
to Gipp Street, Carrington. There might be a bit of dirt you might be able to dig up there. But Mrs. Hughes, if you're watching, it wasn't me that stole your milk money. It was Gareth.
Oh, yes.
Good old Arthur Wade on the shop on the corner.
I know the main street down there is, it's one of my favourite main streets in Newcastle, Carrington.
You know what?
It's been done up. It's nice and wide. It's what a main street should be, Peter.
Well, you had the old news agency there on the corner, and Owens used to have the old hairdresser's shop, and there was only one hairdresser back in 1992 in Carrington. Now, in the main street, you've got 4 or 5 hairdressers. So
Where do you choose to get your hair done now, Peter?
Oh, I still go to Peter, the old barber. He's next to the grocery shop.
Oh, yeah, nice.
On the corner there.
Oh, he's hit that one. It's just over Joey Price's head. He's going to chase that one down, though.
Where do you get yours done?
I'm not embarrassed to say this, but my wife cuts my hair, mate. I'm not on the big bucks like you. A Fairfax personality, a Bar TV personality, reported on sport all around Australia and indeed the world, has our Peter Jolly. Darwin.
That's right.
What'd you cover? Crab racing in Darwin?
Crab racing, yeah. That's about it. Oh, I wonder why I never lasted there. No, actually, the Camel Cup. Now, have you been to Alice Springs for the Camel Cup?
I haven't, no. It's one of the
Well, you
great sporting events on the Australian sporting calendar as Joey Price brings himself on, up at the junction end of this number 1 sports ground. The score 1 for 48, so runs ticking along nicely. We're into over number 6, and he's gone for that in the last over of the power play. Still 2 fielders only allowed out, and it's going to go all the way for 4. Nice shot there. And I think Joey Price after this over is going to be quite happy to move his men out and have a regulation field just to stop these boundaries leaking. He's
just on that Alice Springs thing there. They've got an oval there in the smack bang in the middle of town called Traeger Park, and
yes.
Reminds me of number 1 sports ground a fair bit, just not the surrounding area. But
just see Uluru kilometres away.
You can with a good pair of binoculars.
He's gone for that. That's high in the air. There could be confusion with the field, and he has made no mistake there, Pete Jolly, and that's a good catch. High up in the air there.
It was a tremendous catch. Probably one of the best ones we've seen today, and haven't we seen plenty of highlights? Yeah.
They're the ones you
beauties.
hate to get, though. The ones that are right up in the air, high, everyone expecting you to catch it.
And they're the hardest ones to catch.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that's why I said it again, because I'm just making sure that everyone knows that they're the hardest ones to catch as we look at the replay. Look at this.
That's up in the air, isn't it? And I'll tell you what, he wasn't going to miss that one, was he?
Hat and all.
Big Nikolai, the Russian import, not scared to call his man out of the way and say, this one's mine. I've been catching these for decades. That's a good breakthrough there by Joey Price. Score now 2 for 52.
So 120 odd to come of as we go into our 7th.
We're in the 6th over at the moment. 7th over will be the one after the 6th, I'm told. Yes, the producer just nodded at me.
Yep.
Yep, that is what is happening here. That's still normal counting.
So this would be 6.4 if he's got another 2 to go.
If he has.
If he does. If he's only got 1, it'd be 6.5.
Oh, nice shot there. Just flicking that off the pads and pulling that round the corner and 4 all the way. And he's just stepped up and he's not going to be intimidated by that wicket, that's for sure.
There's a lot of cricket talk around at the moment as far as the Channel 9 commentary team goes. There was an article today in the Raw. I don't know if you've come across that, as we just stick with the play. Into the gap, they'll push for 1. They get it nicely.
Nice
saying
there.
that Channel 10 could well be now the new Channel 9. A lot of opinions out there saying that the commentators on 9 now are, just over it. What's your take on that? It's a big call.
Big call.
It's a massive call.
Well, I don't know.
What do you make of it?
I mean, obviously with the staples kind of moving on, I guess, the people everyone's grown up with, Channel 10 just offers a little bit something different, a different voice maybe. I mean, they've got the exciting Big Bash League. I mean, very, very good in getting the rights to that, I guess. And I guess they offer a more laid-back perspective than the more traditional stuff. I mean, and when Channel 9 came out with their commentators, they were lambasted as being non-traditional. So I guess it's the next generation, isn't it, Peter? But I'll tell you what, you've got Gingle's private number there, haven't you? I mean, you could probably get on the phone and say, why don't you sign Gilchrist? Why don't you sign Mark Waugh or Fleming?
Yeah, I mean, here we go into the gap. Just come
What's
through
the yacht
for 1.
like, Peter?
Oh, the yacht's a great one. Yeah. The house is even better. Layla's got it well. 2 kids now. Something's going well. But what I'm saying is that Bondi Beach is a great place to hang out. And if you are listening, Mr. Gingle, boundary rider. They don't have one yet, do they?
The boundary rider, no. And I will be your reference, Peter. You are the best rip boundary rider I've ever worked with.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, everyone. It's a personal opinion thing, and I guess you for so long, sounds of some are the voices of the commentators. The commentators, to a point, make the cricket as well.
To be fair, they could have anyone on that commentary, and I'd sit down, watch a test, feet up, nice tinny in my hand, and kids in the background screaming, playing a bit of knee cricket, just listening to nothing but the cricket.
Getting that 4X into you.
That's right.
One of your favourite drops, I can see.
One of my favourite drops,
right
yes.
in front of you. Yeah.
Of course, I can drink in moderation tonight, not driving.
Not like last night.
Not like last night. The birthday went pretty well. Singles ticking over here as we get back to the action. 2 for 61. Run rate slowed down a little bit here. A little bit of a mid-innings lull. The spinner.
That came back on him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Nearly knocked
Spinner
him.
just slowing it down there.
Got his pad, so that's the end of that over.
Hudson also the top scorer with the bat in the first innings, 61 runs. Not a bad knock there. We've seen some pretty big scores over the last couple of days here at Number 1 Sports Ground. That was a fine knock though up there. And of course Joey Price second highest with a nice 45. Off about 17 balls, I think.
And whilst we've got a break in the play, we'd just like to thank all the players associated with the T20 for coming on board and having a chat, because that's groundbreaking stuff. That they're out in the moment, the heat of the battle, then all of a sudden when they're thrown some light questions
I tell you
with
what,
not much substance, they've got a good reply anyway.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Credit to
everyone's
everybody.
come to the party.
They have,
haven't they? I mean,
thank everybody for that.
Do you get the butterflies when they come out and they're swinging their bat around with their head down, kicking the can a bit? Do you think, oh, this guy's just going to tell me to go and ask someone else something because I don't want to talk?
I know my blood pressure's high as it is, and when I see them coming with that bat, Gareth, oh my goodness, I'm looking out for the ambulance. That is for sure. But no, they've been great. So all jokes aside, that's what we love: interaction with the players, interaction with the fans, and hopefully we're doing a good job doing our bit for local cricket. And of course, will be around for many a year to come right here on Bar TV. Big year ahead, and stay tuned because there's going to be some major announcements coming up in the next 3 or 4 weeks, that is for sure.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the year ahead. Up in the commentary box with, of course, Peter and our other guys that come along as well, our expert commentators from the Herald and all walks of life.
Well, you couldn't do it without the volunteers, can you? You know, and they put a bit of sense into cricket, into whatever their chosen field of expertise is. Doesn't matter if it's rugby union, you know, the Herald and cricket, whatever we're telecasting, even if it's water polo or swimming. It's great to have everybody on board and doing their little bit for the community.
Whoa, and he's had a big swing of that one, and Weeks just getting the ball to move in the air a little bit here.
Oh.
Not a bad little first up spell here by Weeks, the big man, strutting back to his mark. He's a wily old veteran, is Weeksy, and one of the good characters of local cricket as well.
A cut back.
That's surfing, isn't it?
That is.
You're thinking of the shark. A nice late cut there by the batsman, by Wallsend. 2 for 65 here. How is your cut back when it's 3 to 4 foot, Pete?
Yeah. Surfest is coming up, so yeah, looking forward to that.
You're going to enter in the wild card competition?
If I can find the card, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, no. It's,
I'm certain you've got the wild, that's for sure.
Steal somebody's board, go out there, chase a few waves. Might be able to break into our producer's house. He looks like he's done a bit of circling with the Sharks in his day.
Yes, former Rip Curl rep, I believe. If we can just get Josh on the microphone for a little bit here, he's, get to meet our producer. How are we today, Josh?
Good, mate. Good. Gareth, Pete.
Everything hotting up in the van, getting everything happening at the moment.
There's a little bit of a breeze coming through. I've got the windows wound down.
Yeah,
as
nice.
he pounds that one for is it a maximum? It is. It
He's
is a
hit that for
maximum. I'll
6.
switch to the shot. We can see the umpy.
Yeah,
Here we
nice.
go.
And how hard is production in the Bar TV van?
The
It's,
day in the life of the producer.
It's not too bad. When I start talking, and he's just jammed him up there on that one as well. Squeeze a little single.
Who says men can't do more than one thing at once? I'll tell you
My
what.
wife says that, I think.
She's kidding herself. Go home and tell her what you've done today, Josh. You're producing, you're commentating.
Well, she's probably got 40 things on the go, of course. I'll defend her. And you mentioned screaming kids before. 10 past 7. I got the shiver down the spine before because I think it's about the witching hour is upon us. I know where I'd rather be.
At
My
home.
boys. Yeah,
At home with the boys.
Of course I would.
Who wouldn't? We've got kids the same age. I know it's certainly a fun age, isn't it? That 4-year-old age.
Wild little fellas.
Wild. Tell me about it. So we go back. Oh, he's full toss there. He's hit that one. It's going long, and he's hit that to the fence. One bounce over the line. That's 4 runs, and the run rate picking up again here. 2 for 72 here at number 1 Sports Ground. What do you think of that, Josh, if we can
Yeah, not a bad hit, mate. Look there.
bother you for a replay as well?
Oh, can I do it all at once?
Don't worry, I'm
We've got
kidding.
a spinner coming on. I've got to try
Sure.
and keep it ticking over the score. And I'll let everyone know at home. I mean, we're doing all this very manual way of scoring and keeping track of switching cameras and whatnot. So it's occasionally, I don't like to admit I make any mistakes, but
I
there
don't
might be
think
a
you
run
do.
or two there in it.
I don't
we
think you
always
do,
try
Josh.
and even it all up.
I haven't seen a mistake in the 10 years I've been working with you.
Change of over. So we're coming into the 10th now. A little bit about the cricket. Look, I think Wallsend they're right in this actually as well. So I'll critique the game for a second. 2 down into the 10th. I think they've been cruising actually for the last probably 4 overs. Haven't pushed the run rate at all. Looking around, 5 men on the fence.
Ooh, going up for a half a bill there. Got bat on it though. Yeah, 5 men on the fence. I think Joey Price is just going to probably look to stop these singles. We're into over number 10. stop these boundaries, sorry, and just happy with the singles getting through.
Yeah, make them try and run these. You know, like Murray said yesterday, it's turning the ones into twos to threes, the old cliche. Ooh, that one's whistled past the outside edge. I think it would be a shame if the opening couple of overs where they gave away almost a handful of wides in one of them came back to haunt Toronto. You'd like to think if they can hold them under this target, that let's hope they're a fair few under, because that'd be a shame for the young bloke.
Pretty sharp in the field, aren't they, the Toronto guys? As we switch back now to our main man in the box, Pete Jolly, the boundary rider. Let Josh continue on with his brilliant work he does producing all the sports in and out.
And that's the job in TV production that not too many people know about. You know, when you've got a screen of 6 or 7 cameras of input and not knowing which one to go to next, or knowing which one to go to next, more importantly, it's a job that is definitely underrated, but you just got to do it.
It makes everyone look good, doesn't it? The batsman, the bowler, the commentators, everyone involved in the production.
And a lot of the time the director has to know, the style of the batter, to know which way he's going to hit the ball, whether it's going to go left of the wicket or right of the wicket. And so far, I think we're on top of it. And the good thing is, Josh knows a lot of these players too. So he,
former cricketer himself.
Knows what's coming next. You just watch this shot and which way the...
Oh, he's gone for that one. Not timing it, and they'll get a single though. Weeks is bowling a pretty helpful spell here. Actually, it's 2 for 84. Of course, we've got to mention our cameraman, Chardon. Big Char, the man behind the lens, the head cameraman for Bar TV Sports, getting all the footage you see here.
He's got new shoes on today.
Only you would notice that, Peter. Massive shoe man is our Pete Jolly. I remember the first day I ever got to work with Peter, he was running late because he had to go to Chatswood in Sydney. We were covering the NRC and went shoe shopping and found that a little bit weird, and it's been weird ever since. So we go back to the cricket now. It's 2 for 85.
And it was it's chemistry. That's what I was tweeting today. It's all about the chemistry. You can't make chemistry.
You can't invent
You can put
that,
two blokes together
this.
that knows all the cricket in the world and put them together in a commentary box, and they've got nothing.
That's right. This is like Sonny and Cher in the box here, and
which is which?
I'll be Cher. I don't mind. I've got
which wig do you have on today?
I do have a fake nose, so I don't. I've got a bent nose. As we come back, and he's hit that down a third man there. Again, another single. Just another bit of a lull in play. I want to see these guys really open up now. They've been out there for a while. 2 for 86. Let's get this happening here, boys.
Let's see if they can answer your call.
Give us a wave if you can hear us. Nope. Just taking his time here. The opening batsman. Oh, he's just hit that away. Nudged it down to, I guess, the third man area. As he comes in to cut it off and keep them to 1. Only 3 men out of the boundary as the third man gets pushed back again. There's a mid on as well. Yeah, nice shot there. Backward point coming to the boundary as Gray comes around but doesn't head it off, and that's a lovely, well-timed shot there. Late cut. Past point, just staring at it go past him, and the fielder in the deep couldn't get around to it, Peter.
Yeah, well, once again, you put the call out to the batsmen to open their shoulder blades, and that's exactly what they were able to provide for the fans there. A good boundary. 2 for 91. Come through for 1. Nice placement there.
Yeah, and the sun's setting here. You can see the shadows on the ground coming over as well. So our lights are on here at number 1 Sports Ground. So maybe this might play into the hands of this Toronto side as well with this run chase. We'll see how it goes because a couple of the other sides have struggled later in the innings. But still pretty bright out there.
And of course, if you weren't with us yesterday, we were having a chat earlier with our canteen supervisor. Well, yesterday he ran out of food. Not the case today.
He's stocked up.
He's stocked up massively.
If he's listening over there, I wouldn't mind one of the sausage sangers that he's been cooking up. I had one the other day. If he could
doesn't mean
feel the love and bring a
as
couple
well.
over to the commentary box. We love a good sausage up at Bar TV here, don't we?
Good cooked one.
And of course, if you're listening in here, how do you think this game's going to turn out at Bar TV Sports? Feel free to tweet us in or text us in. As Pete mentioned, of course, you'll be only allowed to text my personal number, so I don't give that out. So it's going to be pretty tricky. But I'm sure Pete is happy to give out his number.
Yeah, now get your pencils out. It's 1-800.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the Australian team in the one day is off to a flyer. 55 runs, 1 wicket down off 10 overs. So this run chase looking pretty good at an SCG wicket that the other day, I guess, was pretty flat. But I was listening to the ABC commentary on my way in here, and they were actually saying that they're playing on a different pitch and it's a little bit varied, the bounce there, a little bit older. It's been played on a couple of times. So let's hope the Aussies can get through. If you are at home watching both Bar TV and Channel 9's coverage, don't be afraid to tweet us in some scores.
Wide called.
And that's another wide. There's been, I think, about 8 wides from my reckoning here and my notes in this innings. So Weeks will want to tighten this one up. I reckon he's going to try and bowl an in-swinging Yorker. Oh, that's a good ball. Beats the outside of the bat. Whatever it was he bowled then, it was certainly better than the ball before and made up for it and beat him all ends up there, Peter.
So we're into our 12th over. Toronto brought up there 100 with that giant 6, as you'd recall. Can they do a similar thing, or are they just going to stab away at it?
No. I heard a noise there. Maybe the bat may have hit the pad.
Stay down low, according to Shah.
Maybe the ball
hitting
the ground, keeping low. 12 hours, so 2 for 94. The Toronto guys hit the 100 mark in the 11th over there. So not too far behind this Wallsend side. So if they can keep wickets in hand here, Peter, this is going to be game on here at number 1 Sports Ground.
Yeah, it's a tight over, this one. Not much coming from it. Pretty good one for Toronto. But you've also got to remember it was neck to neck at a similar point of the contest, but they did have a go late, Toronto. So we'll have to see some 4s coming pretty shortly. This could be the first one if it goes through.
The fielder's just got a hand to that, but it's going to come to the boundary. But no, he's cut that off, and good effort there to get around to that. But unfortunately, for the batsman, the fielder got a hand to it, and would have been a nice shot down the boundary there.
So they're able to get 2 from that. So a few more remaining.
Yeah, definitely Weeks. It's been a pretty good tight spell here by Weeks. Only the one blemish with the wide. The stalwart.
Taking that one down, 2/3 men. They come through for another one. So they're getting closer to that 100. Short on the graphic from 3 runs.
Yeah, just having a little drink here. Hot out in the middle still. It's probably about 22 degrees out here at the moment, but probably hit highs of 30 today.
So Hydration is the key. It'll be a lot hotter, warmer out in the middle, that is for sure. It's 23.6 up here. Hot day here in Newcastle. We reached the top of around 29 degrees, 31 up in the valley. A nice Friday night sunset here at No. 1 Sports Ground. No, they're not going to back their chances with a run there.
No, good fielding there and coming in on the ball nicely. The Toronto players on their toes at the moment.
So we're getting a few tweets through on our live and active social media account. We'll read a few out in a moment.
Oh, he's gone for that one. He's driven that square. Picked the gap, but it's not going to go all the way there. Just holding up there. Good chase by the captain, Joey Price.
So 76 to win.
Yeah, 76 off around 7 overs here. Very doable. It's around 10 runs and over, which is 20 cricket. That's 2020 cricket. That's oh, he's turned him inside out there, and good ball. Nice bowling here by Somerville. They've kept this one up the sleeve, haven't they, the Toronto team?
His line has been superb, you know, right up around the boots, and just doesn't give the batter much to do with the ball when it's around that length. That could be a wide.
Yes.
Yep. Another one called. So that's their 100 for the loss of 2 in the 13th over. .75 our target. 175.
Yes, I think potentially this is going to go down the wire. They're only 2 wickets down, so plenty of wickets in hand here. If the Wallsend side, as they look to get that through the gap, it might go all the way to the fence here. But no, the outfield just slowing the ball down again. They do only settle for 2. They probably could have pushed for 3 there if they wanted to and put a bit of pressure back on the field.
Yeah, well, they were keen for 3, but
yeah, the batsman just turning
pushed
his
him,
partner back.
pushed him away.
Pushed him away like a jilted lover. Somerville comes in again. Oh, he's juggled that one. Weeks not quite getting down to that. The big man.
For Toronto,
He is
they'll be
actually
happy.
looking a lot fitter than when we saw him out at Stockton, though. So this T20 format, good for everyone.
Don't worry about getting to the gym. We'll run you around the No. 1 Sports Ground,
Who's
that's for
Jim?
sure.
Who's Jim?
Jimmy Carroll.
Oh, he's hit that one right up in the block hole there. That's a good ball, and batsman not really being able to handle Somerville that well, not getting him away, and the run rate again, 2 for 102. We're coming into over 14, so this is where they have to start doing it, Pete.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. You don't say too many times a good, good over for the bowling side, but that's what that one was. Wallsend weren't able to get the ball ticking away on the scoreboard, so fantastic. Let's see, they've got to open up. That's the thing. There's got to be a call coming from the grandstand now, guys. We've just got to chance our luck. There's only 6 overs remaining.
2 wickets down. You've got to think, let's just stop hitting these singles, hitting these 2s, and just go for it.
Yeah.
They're going to need a couple of maximums and over, I think, to get within sort of striking distance, I think, now.
Yeah, and if they can pick up a few wides and that along the way, all good.
Bit of luck.
Bit of luck.
Now as Weeks comes in again, I think he's into his 3rd over here.
That's
he's
better.
gone for that, but there's a fielder out there. He's coming around, and he's batted it in, and he's kept it in. Good effort there by the Toronto fielder, and He's kept it in, and I tell you what, that is just as good as the Wallsend effort in the first innings there, if not better, Peter.
Well, that was a sensational piece of fielding. Keep an eye on the man in the deep here coming up on the Bar TV replay. There was only, not even a 5-cent piece in that one, but he's pulled off.
Just watch this ball, and he drives that one through. As they're coming around, Gray, no. The captain there, Joey Price. Geez, he's everywhere, Price, isn't he? The captain. Gray only had 20 metres to cover that, and Price ran 50 to stop that ball then, as we go now for another ball from this week's over. Oh, he's gone for that. It's come off the edge of the bat, just falling short of the fielder. Looking to hit that on the onside, but he's got 50 runs there. Little salute to the crowd. Good little dig here by McGovern. Very composed here. Just keeping the strike ticking over. It's been a pretty good anchor innings here. And he's tried to get that one. Didn't get it square enough as he turned it around the corner there off the pads.
Well, just good credit to Toronto in the field and with the ball. You know, the runs are not coming as freely as Wallsend would like. Let's see how they can finish this off the over, Wallsend.
Yeah, nice shot there. Timing it late. There's a fielder coming around, but all was well timed, and he cuts off the 4. He'd be a little bit disappointed with that, and that was a nice cut shot there. Nice and late, timing it well off the middle of the bat, but the fielder equal to the task, and that'll be over there. Good spell there by Weeks.
So what do you think their mentality is out there, Gareth? Slow and steady wins the race? Or
Yeah, I guess if they can sort of keep track of a run and over for the next 2 overs and then really unleash and try and get about 12 and over as we go to the Bar TV replay of that piece of fielding. And look, he had his foot off the line, I think. I mean, he was mid-air, was he? I don't know. Good effort anyway. A for effort. Oh,
we'll give it to him.
We'll give that to him any day of the week. General consensus up here in the Bar TV commentary box that he has saved a definite 4 there, Pete.
In spectacular style. So 65 to win. And 5 overs to do it from. As they continue to come in. Toronto from the Market Town end.
Yeah, interesting as well. Still only 3 men out here. And they're all...
Well, would you say it's like a defensive field because they're hoping that the guy...
It's more an attacking field.
Yeah, goes over the top.
They've just pushed a man back now to long on. So the last couple of balls in this over, they're expecting them to go for it, and he's just pushed it back where that fielder was, where he's pushed back. So smart batting there, just getting the fielding team to think about where they're placing their field at the moment. So they've got a third man and a fine leg in place at the moment. Long on. He's gone for that one. The fielder's coming around, but no, he's going to pull that one up as well. Just getting the single out of that. So really just getting the singles here. The only way forward for this Wallsend side is to hit it over the top and try and clear the fence, and that's what's going to get them there. We saw in the Toronto innings that really steeped their run rate, didn't it? If the batsman can get hold of a couple of these balls in the latter parts of this over, that'll get them right back in it. And he's gone for it. He's caught him, and that is an absolute screamer of a catch here, Peter.
Beauty. Wicket keeper at his best there, reaching out, stretching out, to take the ball. Never easy in any situation, let alone in fading light and shadows coming across the field. Beautiful camera work too coming up. Keep an eye on that on the Bar TV replay. But that is a wicket keeper doing what he knows best, taking an absolute stunner of a catch. Look at this.
Oh, have a look at it here. I think it might have moved away a little bit, and it did. And, I tell you what, one hand, the big mitt comes out, and great camera work by Chardon on the Bar TV replay there. And, wow, he's airborne. He's got everything, and that's the stuff that wicket keepers dream of at night, mate.
That'll be in his show reel for many a year to come. If he wants to make it in the big time, just show anybody that. That is a keeper for sure. So that's their third wicket. 3 for 1-1-3 in the 15th over, chasing 175 for victory. Well, does that... what does that do for the confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I think the next batsman in has to come out swinging here. You can't afford to be complacent. Going to need to sort of get some boundaries, and it's up in the air and it's out, and that's a great catch there as well.
He's on his hat trick.
Flicked it off his pads, just getting his eye in, just catching him with the swing there, I think. Obviously the ball swinging in to the new batsman, and he's caught that one, and that's a fine catch and a fine piece of field placement as well by the captain. The bowler will be happy. He's on his hat trick, as you mentioned. What do you think? Where's he going to bowl this one as we go now to the replay?
Well, it's coming up very shortly, but we just mentioned, a few quick wickets, and and what sort of psychological advantage can that have? Well, are they rattled?
Well, we saw
Wallsend,
yesterday.
can they come back from here?
We saw yesterday it definitely did, Peter, the psychological advantage, a couple of quick wickets, and then for all money...
Well, it can
back in
work two ways, can't it? I mean, this is T20 cricket, so they haven't got much loose. Let's have a look at this. He's on a hat trick. Beautiful catch.
Nice catch, moving forward. He made it look as easy as you like, didn't he?
Well, he won't be on a hat trick just yet because that was the last ball off the over, so he'll have to wait to have another crack from the market town end.
He'll be visualising it in his head. Through these next 6 balls, I can bet you your bottom dollar, Pete Jolly. Oh, nice shot there, but fielder equal to it. Weeks gets down to it and just cuts them off for a single. This is good fielding by this Toronto side. This is as good as we'll see it.
Yeah. And on the other side of the coin, this will bring out the best for Wallsend if they can come out from here. So maybe we'll see the best and the worst in both sides in the next 5 overs.
Yeah, it's pressure, isn't it? It's
all
definitely
about
a pressure atmosphere here at number 1.
It's the cooker.
I can feel it.
Which way is it about to explode?
There's tension everywhere, isn't there? Oh, he's gone for that one too, and he's put it down. Good effort. He may have hit the ground.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, good fielding nonetheless. He got to that. He leaped in the air like a flying gazelle.
Fingertip control. Just couldn't quite grab it in. We'll get to that when we can.
Yes, we'll just take a look at this next ball. In this over, it's an exciting over, isn't it? Everyone's on their feet. He's gone for that one too. They know what they have to do. They just can't do it at the moment, Peter.
Well, they're trying everything in their attacking arsenal to try and clear the field up close. There's just good bowling from Toronto so far. So it's a good over for Toronto as well.
Interesting to see. All the fielders on the boundary are on the offside here, so plenty of room out there, and that's where he goes. He sees the gap, and it's going for the Magpie. The Magpie gets out of the way, and they could have gone again maybe, and Joey Price, though, they're not going to chance his arm. But that outfield just slowing up a bit. This has got everything, hasn't it? This Twilight T20 game has got bodies in the air. Oh, that's up in the air. The wicketkeeper coming around and makes no mistake of it. That's a catch, and Wallsend all of a sudden in a bit of trouble here, Peter.
So 3 quick wickets in the last few overs. It's certainly the pendulum is swinging back into Toronto's favour here. And yeah, well, there you go. Just up in the air, and it was an easy catch in the end, and that is their 5th wicket down, Wallsend.
Yes, and that ball skied up high in the air, and again the wicketkeeper, the man with the gloves, calling the ball and taking that, you know, in what can only be described as an easy catch.
We're into our 16th over.
5 for 117 here, so around 60 runs to get off about 4 overs, so run rate skewed now in Toronto's favour. And oh, he's nearly got another wicket there, nearly carried to the fielder there. Could have maybe attempted to dive forward on that, but maybe just losing that ball in the fading sunlight.
As you can see there, the shade coming across the oval. So don't forget our man up the other end. He's on his hat trick.
Yes, and the crowd's on its feet. I'm on my feet. Pete Jolly's on his feet. Chardon's doing some leg stretches on the camera. He wants to get this hat-trick ball shot exclusively for Bar TV Sports here at Number One Sports Ground. Should we cut to an ad? No, we won't. We're going to look at this one now. Oh, and it's a wide. I thought he may have got back to that one as the ball goes down the leg side, and the wicketkeeper does well to get a hand on that. I thought it might have flicked the thigh pad there, but no, the umpire's called a wide. And the batsman just having a look where the field's set. So third man, fine leg. We've got a deep extra cover over there. Pretty standard field here, set by Joey Price. And a long on as well, so hitting region in the on the onside for this Wallsend. They're going to tempt him into one of these big slog sweep shots maybe. Pete. Pete just daydreaming here. He's just soaking in the atmosphere.
This is
and
tense.
why wouldn't you? 2 games on next week as well, Wednesday and Friday.
I can't get
Yeah,
it.
good ball, sharp bowling here.
Well, they know. Well, it's a given. They know that they've got to go over the top. But you can just sense something. If they're going to go over the top, you know, you don't want it to go down the throat. You just get that sense that could be what could unfold in the next few overs. They've got to do something. They've got to open the bat. They've got to open their shoulders. Let's see if they can do it here and get back in this match.
Oh, he's had a big swing there, and Somerville, I'll tell you what, Somerville's come on and taken the ball. He's taken control, and he's really made a big difference. And I'll tell you what, he's the game changer for this Toronto side.
Certainly
They'll be
is.
lifting him up on their shoulders at the end of this game.
Getting the ball back. Superb display with the ball, that's for sure.
He's just beat the outside edge there too, and unlucky. He's got these batsmen in all sorts out there. The Wallsend guys don't know if it's coming in, coming out. It's nipping off the seam. It's doing everything out there for Somerville at the moment.
That's the sign of a good bowler. Mixing it up, bamboozling the batsman.
Oh, that's going to be called a wide though, unfortunately. Somerville pointing at the umpire as if nothing went wrong, and I tell you what,
Do you
as
ever
wide as they come.
got a question for you? Do you ever get bamboozled?
All the time, especially when I'm up here with you. I'm bamboozled by
daydreaming
and bemused by your
lack of
beautiful,
lustrous
boisterous, bouncing,
brown.
dulcet tones.
That's it. Speaking of the
Oh,
brown,
he's had a big swing at that one too, and I tell you what, this Wallsend side struggling at the moment to get bat on ball and find the gap and trying to chase this run,
well, if you're the skipper,
chase the score.
What's the message you're sending out, Gareth?
If I'm the skipper,
Yeah.
I'm out there
Yeah.
batting,
Yep.
and I'm just throwing about at everything what the guys are doing. But I'll tell you what, the bowling attack is up there as some of the best we've seen in this T20 competition at the moment. This is one of the better spells we've actually seen. As we hear the
Chopper, Westpac Chopper
Westpac
going over.
chopper just coming in maybe to get a shot of number 1 sports ground.
Beautiful day to do it.
Of course, the Westpac chopper doing great things for Newcastle.
This is into the last.
Shout out to Richard Jones.
I was
if
just
you're
going to say,
listening in,
Richard is still running the ship over there.
Yes, and
He's been there
he's
a while
probably at a
now.
function at the moment, I'd imagine. Doesn't miss too many. A great man, Richard Jones. Been great for local sport and community in general. The Westpac helicopter as we come in now. Always gone for that, but there's a fielder down in the deep who's going to cut that one off and
And of course, what a
thrown
partnership.
along the ground. I think that was Lee.
You know, in sport, he paired up with Microbit, another guy that's in semi-retirement at the moment. And when they did the rugby league years ago, Alan McMahon, the late Alan McMahon, and Richard on the sideline, and Microbit, awesome partnership.
Yes, definitely. And
Bowled in.
he's hit the stumps there. That's a good ball. And I'll tell you what, this Toronto side has saved their best for last, haven't they? These two bowlers, Montgomery and Wallsend, really cleaning up this Wallsend batting lineup. There's been 4 wickets down in the space of 3 overs.
Well, we can't show you stump cam because the stump's nearly gone halfway back to Wickham. That was just perfect bowling, knocked him over. And as you'll see about coming up on the replay, doesn't come much straighter than that, Mr. Wazick.
Yes, and we had a tweet in earlier. Dan Arms, Bar TV Sports, come on Tigers. Dan McGovern tipped for 100 not outs. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen. But definitely a nice innings nonetheless by McGovern. As we look there, and he's
Cleaned him up and points at him.
taking the eye off the ball there and just looking to hit that well over the fence, and that's out any day of the week. That's the name of the game, isn't it? Hit the stumps and you win the match. As we come in now to Wallsend. Oh, he's hit that down the ground nice and straight, but fielder there to cut it off is Lee. But yeah, along the ground, it's not going to get them there, is it, Pete? They're going to have to clear the fence. And the Toronto players are a little bit chirpy out there on their feet. Yeah, he's blocked that. Nice running.
Well, maybe when they reflect on this match, Wallsend, maybe they'll say, well, maybe we didn't have enough aggression to go after it when they were only 2 down. They were cautious, weren't they? They were
Yeah,
umming and ahhing what to do.
They started quite freely, didn't they? You know, and then those 2 wickets, they kind of went back into their shell a little bit and weren't really scoring as freely as they would have liked, and the run rate kind of stifled a little bit. They weren't too far away at the halfway point. Oh, and that's out, is it?
Yes.
Yes, the umpire's given him. Took a while to give him, and that is out, and that's another wicket here by Wallsend, and this is a good spell by him as well. I was going to say Montgomery has been the pick of the bowlers, but Wallsend isn't too far behind, if not in front, Peter.
Exactly. Well, it's fair to say they've had a mid-order collapse, that's for sure. Their opening batsman went along nicely, but since the 3rd, the 4th and the 5th wicket has fallen, it's, well, the wheels they've fallen off.
Yes, and definitely bat on ball there. As we look at the replay. Yeah, he's looked to hoik that over mid-wicket.
Stick meter registered, ball on bat.
Stick meter registered, that's for sure. Hear that?
Yeah, still registering.
That's bat on ball.
We're just testing it for the next delivery. But yep, that is it.
All live here on Bar TV Sports. No trickery at all. And we're coming at you live around the world if you're tuning in.
Be hello to our Kent supporters back there in the southeast and up around the...
Of course, our followers in India as well. There's a bit of interest in these T20 matches over there. All
South
around the
Africa. Watching live in the pubs and clubs in Durban. Here's a ball in the air, flicked away. Coming back for two, will they?
No fine leg down there, so it may go for four, may run
push
down, but
for
no,
three.
he stopped it. 2 for 85 in the one dayer as well, so a couple of wickets for the England side. With Smith and Warner out in the middle.
They're chasing about 235, aren't they? 230 odd.
Yeah, 235. They've got to get to win that match out there. So the score here anyway is 7 for 125. We're into over number 19, and we can safely probably say that this match is over and they're just playing for run rates here, Peter. So they've still got to keep wickets in hand, I guess, and try not to get all out, because obviously these points go to the greater competition as well. There is a final for this T20 competition as well, but obviously everything going to the end game and looking to be crowned premiers and keep abreast, I guess, of that top four. Couple of overs left, and he's tried the reverse
he's
sweep.
nearly knocked it onto the bails.
Reverse sweep, you wouldn't be doing that with 2 overs to go and a lot to get, would you? You'd just be dancing down the wicket at the spinner and looking to hit that long, straight down the ground. Yes, and this is smart captaincy here by Joey. Forearm.
Well, we're going to test his honesty, that's for sure. Let's see if it was an honest catch. He might have forgot the camera was on him. Let's hope he's taken it. He was pretty hopeful and optimistic.
He's had a good match, has he, Hudson?
Let's see if he has juggled it. Yes, there's the little hobble.
Rolled up his forearm.
Keep
hit
an
his
eye on
knee.
it.
He
has.
He's just got it. He's got his fingertips under it.
The most honest man on the park. Good on him.
He's had a cracking match too. 61 with the bat. A catch, a couple of good overs at the start there as well. Maybe a man of the match there. He's on absolute fire with the bat, wasn't he? Hitting sixes like he was...
A highlights reel of all the spectacular things that have gone on in the outfield today is warranted. It's been a phenomenal effort.
Yes, and if you tune into us, like us on Facebook, we will be putting the highlights up of the T20 week that has been in the next couple of days over the weekend, so you can have a look and see all the action that this T20 tournament produces, and it's a great initiative by the Newcastle District Cricket Association. I'll just take a moment here as we come into the closing overs to thank the sponsors for the NDCA that can, so they can afford to bring this to you guys at home, as the Commonwealth Bank, the Newcastle Herald, who also stream us online. We got Kingsgrove, of course Jody Whitehead if you're listening in. Thanks for all your efforts, and South Newcastle as well. So plenty of backing for this T20 competition, Pete, and it's only going to get stronger.
It will. It will. And it's great for the broader competition as well, to get the guys out there at every opportunity for them to play what they love to do. And the fans,
yes, and Hudson's going to bowl the last over, and that's fitting because he's probably been the pick of all these Toronto players out there.
And credit to everybody that's come into the ground tonight as well. 20 or 30 cars over there on the hill. So been a good day for everyone, especially Toronto.
Yes, definitely. Definitely Pete's now getting himself ready readying himself for the closing interviews. He'll probably try and get Hudson here, or maybe the captain, Price, as they happily go for the single, just protecting their averages, the batsman. I'd like to see him throw the bat around here in these closing stages. I don't think it's going to be. Hudson bowling a nice tight line here, not giving them too much, and playing to the death here, the Toronto side. Oh, he's gone up the wicket for that, and he's mistimed that one. It's going to go over the head of Weeks, and he's taken out the umpire. I tell you what, young Deepak Shah got absolutely bowled over by the bigger man, Weeks, and he took him into next week. He wouldn't have seen that in his time, Deepak. He'll be thinking, what have I got myself into here at the NDCA? Oh, he's hit the pad there. They're not going to look for the run, and that's another good ball there by Hudson. As we come down. That's up in the air. That could be a catch, and yes, he's made sure of it. That's a great catch there. That's up in the air. Another one. Bites the dust. We're 9 for 132 with a couple of balls remaining. Maybe, Pete, if you can get the batsman for a quick interview here. Pete Jolly down on the boundary again. Doing everything for Bar TV. We'll go now not to the catch, but the tackle there by Weeks on the umpire as we have a look, and oh, he's just bowled him over. Just a nice friendly pushover, pulling out the last minute, holding him up, caressing him down to the ground, making sure the umpire was fit. As we got Pete Jolly down the sideline.
Well, here we are with the second remaining batsman. Mate, not quite your day out in the middle, unfortunately.
No, not at all, really. Not what we were looking for. Just didn't bowl good enough and chasing too many runs, so yeah, not the best day for us, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I mean, early on it wasn't too bad. I mean, you got off to a good start, but it was just pretty much a mid-order collapse.
Yeah, once we that was a good shot there. Once we lost one wicket, kind of just lost, too many in a collapse. So yeah, did well at the beginning. We were up the run rate, but just lost it from there, really.
No worries. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks very much, Pete Jolly, and they have hit a maximum. They've hit a 6 on the last ball of the innings. That's a great effort there by the Toronto side. 174 runs, a pretty hard total to chase down. 9 for 138 was the reply. The Toronto side congratulating each other. The handshakes are going out. It's been a great match of twilight T20 cricket for the Newcastle District Cricket Association. Again, we'd like to thank the Commonwealth Bank, the Newcastle Herald, Kingsgrove Sports and South. Our man on the boundary, Pete Jolly, will try and get the captain or the high scorer, Hudson, to have a bit of a chat to Bar TV before we go. I tell you what, Pete, that was a cracking game of cricket, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, really enjoyed that one, and as he was just saying, they got off to that perfect start, but just unfortunately they just couldn't go on with it. But credit to the opposition, they really deserved their victory today.
Yeah, really tight in the field, the Toronto side. A couple of misfields, but I'll tell you what, they were looking sharp. They were on their toes. And I guess we've seen in the last couple of matches that fielding is a massive part of this T20 competition.
Yeah, that is for sure. Just going to try and get a word with one or two of them as they come off the field today.
Yeah, the captain, Joey Price, is leading them off.
The captain, Joey Price, is leading them off. Maybe not able to have a chat with Joey Price, but we might be able to have a quick chat with a few more. Just stay with me. They're just a bit preoccupied at the moment. We might have a last chat with our man here with the bat. He's come over. Mate, how you doing? Not quite the way you expected it to go out today.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't quite what we expected, but look, I thought all of us still a learning curve. Hopefully we verse these guys tomorrow and hopefully we can come back bigger and better.
Yeah, that's it. It's a learning curve with every match you do play. What sort of learning curve do you think you'll take away from tonight?
I think probably the most important thing was probably our fielding early on, and they ran really well at the start. So I think for us, plenty of singles early on in this type, and yeah, it's just that pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the commentators were saying you got off to a good start, but it was just that middle order which, the opposition applied a bit of pressure and the wickets just keep on tumbled.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think we've had a bit of a problem with the middle order this year. Top order's got us to a really good start, and it's just us in the middle order. We've just got to, continue on. So hopefully we can come back and do that tomorrow.
So, mate, what's that mean? Back into the nets and have a bit more of a practice?
Well, that's obviously the main reason. Yeah, we'll try and do that, and look, hopefully everyone keeps doing what they do in the nets, and hopefully we can come back tomorrow and play some good cricket.
Alrighty, we'll see you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, have a good night. We'll hand it back to
thanks
Gareth.
very much, Pete. And your interviewing skills as professional and exemplary as usual. We thank you again for joining us, Pete Jolly, and we thank all the staff here at Bar TV, the cameramen, the producers,
Hello.
everyone that gets here early.
Actually, I've got an what's that?
I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. Talk to me.
I'm not positive, but
No.
Bryn Osland, my grandson that just played,
Yeah.
this is 100th first grade game, if this counts.
Yeah, right.
As it.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
So you must be very proud.
I am. Oh, don't put me.
No, you're not on. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I am very proud.
is on.
That's fantastic.
He was ready to
Yeah, come over this way. Yeah.
He went on the field to play his 100th, and he tore his leg, so he didn't get it that day. So this was the next one.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, a few more memories to go on. Fantastic. A very proud Nana, Gareth, down here on the boundary.
Yes, and we'd like to congratulate, I guess, young Osland for his 100th game. Not so young anymore. And as I was saying before, Pete, and you did very well again with the interviews, and particularly that last one. I was very impressed. Thanks again for all your support, everyone, tuning in for the Newcastle District Twilight T20 competition. We're Bar TV Sports. Pete Jolly joined me today in the commentary. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm Gareth Wazick. We're back next week, next Wednesday night, same time, 5 o'clock. Come to the ground, or if you can't get here, tune in for Bar TV Sports. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.